So I'm back. Kind of. Here, let me explain what's going on with the case of this video. So, at least for me, at the moment, I've just been busy with life, you know? I'm just finishing up my classes for screenwriting in community college. For those of you who don't know, I post about it on my Gravity Falls FNAF video. But now you know, I've been busy with community college, and now pretty soon I'll be transferring to a university. So, that's pretty big stuff. So what about YouTube? What does that leave the fate of my YouTube channel? Well, a lot of big things have happened since then, like the fact that I got 1 million views on one video. You guys know which one I'm talking about. And I got my channel monetized. Granted, monetization isn't exactly the best on YouTube, but I mean, I have it. So, I mean, I guess it's nice, even though it's like, what, it's only giving me like 1 cent? Yeah, and YouTube's monetization isn't really that great. So for those of you who follow my channel for a long time, you might remember I used to do a lot of videos based on Dan Versus. It was this underrated cartoon that aired on the Hub Network about an angry guy who gets revenge on basically anything. And I mean anything. I'm talking New Mexico, the Wolfman, his neighbors, traffic, George Washington. It was a weird show, but I really, really enjoy it. And I'm probably one of the only few people on planet Earth that actually knows about it. So why am I talking about it? Well, as you saw by the title of this video, a very special opportunity opened up for me. Back last summer, yes, 2020, I got to join a Dan Versus Discord. And that's probably the most Dan Versus fan interaction I've had, like, ever, outside of my own YouTube channel. But it gets even better. So the leader of the Dan Versus fandom, Captain Jerk, he opened up the opportunity to allow fans to join in a Zoom interview with none other than Chris Pearson, the co-creator of Dan Versus. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got to be a part of an interview with Chris Pearson, the co-creator of one of the most underrated shows that I got to grow up with. That's... God, I don't even know how to describe it. That's huge. It's pretty meta, too, given my channel history. So, why am I posting about this interview now? Well, for one, this video took forever to edit. And there's a couple special things in here. Special shout out to N95 for helping me out with this video. He's awesome. And he's also part of this interview, ironically. So that makes it even better. But me, Rafe, Captain Jerk, we all got to interview Chris Pearson. And the reason I'm bringing up this video now is because there's something a little special going on. Let's just say if you want Dan Versus to come back, this is your opportunity. So ever since February of this year, Captain Jerk has started a campaign to get Dan Versus picked up again by a major streaming platform. It's called Operation Best Served Immediately. And here's how you can help. I'm going to have some links in the description below where you can join certain portals for the Dan Versus fandom, whether it be the Discord, the DeviantArt group, the forum, all that sort of stuff. It'll all be in the description below. I'll also include a link to an update regarding this campaign. For those of you who may not believe that it's real, no, trust me, it's real. Chris Pearson himself confirming that, hey, we can do this. We got the go-to from the man himself, so hallelujah.
Hi, my name is Chris Pearson. I am the co-creator of Dan Versus. About 5 months ago, Captain Jerk reached out to me with the idea of starting an online campaign to try to bring the show back. I reached out to my co-creator, Dan Mandel, as well as the executive producer, Dan Angel, and everybody was on board. So in the not-too-distant future, we will be going to various streaming services and seeing if any of them want to make new episodes of Dan Versus. The show would be the same show that you know and love already, but it would have more of an adult bent to it, as was the original concept for the show. And if you're wondering how you can help, the short answer is talk about us. Go online, Twitter, forums, anything that'll show up on a Google search. YouTube would be great. I know that Captain Jerk has already enlisted his army of fans to try to raise the show's profile online. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to make some more of the show.
There's actually been an update regarding this campaign. It turns out that a certain streaming platform, not going to say what in case, you know, NDAs and all that sort of stuff happen, but let's just say a certain streaming platform that houses a lot of animated content, yeah, they're interested in bringing back Dan Versus. Not greenlit, but they're interested. The issue right now is that we don't have enough members, we don't have enough fans to justify the numbers and allow the streaming platform to say, hey, let's greenlit a Dan Versus revival. But I'm going to show you how you can help. basically, you can go on Twitter and you can spread the hashtag Dan vs. Revival or hashtag Dan vs. Reboot in order to help get the word out there, to let both newcomers and old fans know, hey, we want to see Dan vs. come back. Because I know I definitely want to see it come back. So go check out all those cool links in the description below. And without further ado, here's the interview highlights. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully we can get Dan vs. back on the air, and hopefully in the future I'll see you guys for another video, because yes, I do have ideas written down, so keep your eyes peeled. Alright, I'll see you guys later.
Which one of you is who?
Nick is Broxham.
Okay.
I'm Runzak.
Okay, you're an OG here. You're an OG. Got it. Is my profile picture displaying properly? Like on the last interview, whenever I spoke, it showed like the old Dr. Jerk logo.
It's just showing your name.
Yeah, just Brody Gilbert.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was going to come out sometime. You guys could have found it easily if you had checked. There you go. Fine. I'm Ukrainian. I come from Ukraine. My family come from Ukraine. Left for Holodomor, blah, blah, blah.
Are you trying to hide your identity?
No, not particularly. I have a tendency to leave, well, I'd say breadcrumbs, but it's more akin to a bread silo explosion.
Oh, I'm sure Imposter Dan would totally get a kick out of
I
that.
usually do in any
Anyway, but seriously, is my logo not showing, or?
No, sorry, dude.
I don't see
No,
anything.
your logo's not
Darn it,
showing.
I liked that
Oh,
one.
never mind.
Oh,
just
darn it,
switching.
I liked that one. Wait, it might be over here. Nope. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Crap. Oh, well. I tried. Oh, wait, here it
I
is.
tried.
Hold on. Can anyone hear me?
I can.
Oh,
yes,
I can hear you. Wait, that's what
M95,
you
yes, we
sound
can hear you.
like?
All right.
That
I
was
was
reaction.
sure because
Oh,
I was making some
Now
statements.
it's Captain Jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, in the event you guys, if you guys don't want your names revealed, we could just start the recording now after everyone renames.
I'm fine. I've already said my name out on the
Oh, dude,
internet
my
many,
subscribers
many,
already
many
know my
times.
name. They just don't know my last name.
My name's
I've
out
revealed
there.
my
I just
first
used my
name
username
before
and-
I revealed my first name before, so I don't know. Honestly,
makes
first
it
and
easier,
last
I'll
names
just-
aren't worth much in the modern day.
There. I'll just change
No,
my
but
YouTube
like,
name.
okay,
Makes it
like,
easier.
let's say I said my name is John Smith. How is that going to help anyone?
Yeah, because how
Too
many
many John
John
Smiths.
Smiths are there?
So many. Oh my god.
I made that a joke on like an old episode I did on Technology Weirdness where I said there's a lot of John Smiths in the world.
I'd use my
Fair
webcam,
point, my
but
dude.
it's just completely Well, how did you change your picture?
All
I'm
right.
going to have to murder you now.
Oh no, he's got a green screen.
Oh my. He has a green screen. Nice.
Ah, you sly dog.
Here,
It's
actually,
not. It's not a real green screen. It's just like Zoom's feature for like picking out a color. You know, just chroma keying out stuff. So.
I have a wall behind me that has a stupid styrofoam in front of a window that I have my head laying on, and I have almost cracked my head.
I
on that
wanted
before.
to just display me old logo, but I can't seem to locate the button to do that. How did oh, the captain's falling behind here.
CJ, if
Oh, shit,
There's-
darn it, there goes my cup of coffee.
there's a little blue button you can
Oh, no.
press, and it'll be able to give you the option to add a profile pic.
Blue button, got it.
It's 3 dots.
More,
What?
rename, 3 dots.
No, like you click on it, and it'll show you it'll pop up a little menu that shows like start video, mute my audio, rename, edit profile picture, and
I don't see edit profile picture. I just see rename,
sorry.
hide non-video participants, hide self-view, mute my audio, and start video.
Oh, that's weird, because it gave me the option to have a profile pic.
Do I need to click start video?
Maybe I think. I
Is
don't
that
know.
it? Do I need to click start video? Did you do that? Oh, what the hell.
No, I didn't start video. It just gave me the option to change my profile.
Oh,
pic.
well, I don't care then. Whatever.
alright.
We'll figure something
Sorry,
out. Who
CJ.
cares? Okay. Okay, you want to know you want to know what grinds my gears? Sorry, Chris, but you got to put this aside for a second. Why is CJ? When did CJ become the short form for my name? I always wanted people to go with Cap or Captain or CPD or CPT or something.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know. I just thought CJ was a fun nickname. I'm sorry.
People
I'm not
end
Carl
up-
Johnson.
I have the same problem where people will just end up calling me Ron when that's just not even my name at all. and because I use my nickname I use like since I have a
I was saying it was
I
Zach,
use a
but
moniker.
whatever.
Yeah. I have a moniker that I use as Ron Zach online because it's like on my artist name, especially my musician name.
Kneel before your captain.
Oh my god.
Okay, who wants to okay, I'll start for a little bit then, I guess, since I
I was gonna say let's if it makes it easier.
I'm starting and ending this, but I don't honestly have that much left to ask at this point.
All right, take it away, man.
So
I'm gonna make myself anonymous first. Do we?
Oh, I wonder who this strange lad is.
Imposter Dan has joined the session. Hey guys, what's up? I promise you, I'm no one.
Hey, M95, why did you mute yourself again?
Sorry, someone was making noise in the background. I'm gonna have a lot of noise.
Oh yeah, same here. I've got dogs, but it's fine. They're sleeping right now.
Okay,
in the next room, so I have no choice. If you're just around here like, it's not my fault.
Close my door.
honestly, I'd use video, but my webcam is just. Didn't I show one of you my webcam once and it nearly blew out your ears?
Something like that,
it was
maybe. I don't remember.
me.
That might have been Rage Machine.
Also, the reason why I'm not using my regular laptop is because there's a big chance I don't use Discord to call on my laptop because it will possibly for a big.
I'll do a face reveal at the end of this. Who's up for that?
Ooh,
I
yes.
want to. My laptop will
Who wants a
malfunction.
captain face reveal at the end of this?
Dude, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Don't you dare go idle on my laptop. Okay, my laptop's sound card will malfunction, so that's why I don't like to use.
The boys on /co are gonna love this.
So luckily, I have another laptop.
Yes, I go on /co/ the 4chan place. Yes. In case you didn't know, I'm pretty sure I've made that obvious at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have my questions up here. I was originally.
Chris, weren't you concerned about how the 4chaners would think if you killed Mr. Mumbles?
Oh, this again. This again. Oh God.
Well, we were sort of teasing the fans with that, and yeah, they didn't like it very much.
No, they
I can't
didn't.
imagine why.
4chan doesn't like it if you mess with their cats.
They are the cat people apparently.
To be fair, you could be far worse. You could be Shane Dawson.
Oh my God.
That's true.
But
Shane
we're not
Dawson.
going to talk about that. Not here.
Yeah, let's not talk about my lack of subtlety on that site.
Woo.
Yeah, let's just not go into a detail.
Exactly.
Which one of you got real? Whoever just said exactly, you're really quiet all of a sudden. Is my voice loud enough?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so perfect. I'm gonna start off, and then when you guys are done, I'm just gonna go back to tending to me grinding up my cast form.
All
Yes.
right.
Yeah, maybe it's my mic settings. I can go look into that.
Okay. Anyway, I'll start. I honestly don't have too many things left to ask, but I don't think I've ever asked. When exactly did you guys figure out you were gonna be canceled?
Ooh, that's
Oh
a painful question.
no. Oh no.
We're still waiting for word from the network on whether we're coming back or not.
Oh, so this is a Dave the Barbarian situation where you just got put in limbo forever.
Yeah. I mean, we had a general feeling at the end of season 3, but yeah, they kept saying, well, we haven't decided yet, and apparently they kept doing contract negotiations with the cast, and it wasn't. I mean, I think 6 months later, Curtis finally got fed up and posted something on his Facebook.
So you guys found, Dan on his Facebook posted it in like 5-6 months after production ended, but about 3 months after the last one aired.
Yeah, something like that. And like I said, I saw Curtis's Facebook page. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
And when was the last time you spoke to Daniel Mandel?
In person, probably would have been Christmas-ish. On the phone, probably a couple months ago.
Okay, have you spoken to him since we started doing these interviews?
No, I let him know that I was going to do one. I sent him an email, but I haven't spoken to him since, no.
I tried to email him with the email that M95 provided. I'm not actually sure if that's the correct one. Didn't you get IMD Pro for like a week or something?
Yeah, it was a free trial, but I'm gonna have to cancel that before, they slip me into a subscription.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you just make sure you triple check that.
Well, you can always catch up with Dan on the Facebook page.
He's not easy to talk to. I go by the totally totally distinct username, Azinder Curse. Definitely no connection with that one. Ha 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 ha. Definitely not any characters of mine.
Well, anyway, Dan and I, we don't live in the same city, but when we're both back home for the holidays or something, we usually grab a bite or go out for a beer or something.
Ah, okay. So it's like that then. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'd interview him if I had the chance, because there's some things that clearly only he knows.
Definitely.
Like apparently he kept the whole he had apparently a whole backstory in mind for Hortense that he didn't tell you about.
Oh God, I remember this.
I do have a question for character.
Did I do the SpongeBob joke? No.
Wait, what SpongeBob joke?
You've dug yourself a grave, man.
Now you gotta say it.
One from the top. It was in the top 10 list. You can go watch it.
Oh, okay. I gotta probably go rewatch that then. It's been a while. I did.
Chris
watch
still hasn't seen that. Chris still hasn't seen the top 10. And I saw him in the comment section of Defaultalizers. That's how I found him, because I've been replying to every comment on every Dan versus video. To get more people.
Okay.
Because I'm insane, and I've literally, according to DeviantArt, my comment count is... Vegeta, can you say the number?
It's over 9,000.
I was going to say over 8,000, but yes.
Nice.
Okay, well, we'll go with that.
Yeah,
Technically correct.
it is
Anyway,
technically correct.
the best kind of correct.
Yes.
And this is just kind of a random one, but I just found I was doing a lot of Lovecraft related stuff as of recently, and you guys did the Lovecraft parody in the Monster Under the Bed episode, and we've talked about that before. But Lovecraft, all of his works actually entered the public domain in 2007, so you guys could have gone significantly further with the parody if you wanted to. You were legally
really?
in the clear.
Holy shit.
You could have name dropped Cthulhu or name dropped events from the book, and you would have been legally
Oh
fine.
my god. I remember, I don't know if I ever said it in the server, but I remember I randomly thought of Cthulhu as a cop, and I'm like, wait, well, how would that work?
Cthulhu Cop is a series that needs to happen. You should start writing.
Cthulhu,
Oh,
the Beverly
I
Hills
am a
Cop, make it
writer.
happen, ladies and gentlemen.
I call dibs! I call dibs!
Assemble the writers' room.
Run! We gotta make the music!
I need to invite you guys along more often in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could have, but like Cthulhu seemed too obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up, playing all the tabletop role-playing games, and Call of Cthulhu was high among them, and so I wanted to use just a slightly lesser-known Elder God name.
Yep. Even if you use the real ones, like Cthulhu is pretty much the only Lovecraft thing that's widely recognizable. You could have just literally said Azathoth and Yog-Sothoth, and not that many people would have recognized them.
I think we went with Yog-Sothoth, didn't we?
You said
Maybe.
Ugragoth.
Yeah, Ugragoth.
Of the Deviant
Devourer.
Art.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
that.
Deviant's art. Oh my god, I remember that.
Okay, I'm not going to ask
I
what was on
remember-
that picture, considering that the amount. I'm just going to assume there were tentacles involved and leave it at that.
Yes, I'm sure.
I remember, like, a few months ago, I found out that there's a game called Cthulhu Saves Christmas, and then there's a game called Cthulhu
Oh,
Saves the
you know,
World.
that
I
actually
will
sounds
never forget
familiar.
that.
That sounds really familiar. I don't know why. I think I've heard of it.
Yeah. Also, I remember there's another one, I think that might be of Lovecraft, where it was about, like, a light. I don't remember what it was, but, yeah.
Give me a sec, I'm just tending to...
I remember I think there was a movie that was based on a different, like, Lovecraftian creature. It was
You talking
more of
about
like
The Color
a
Out of
very alien,
Space?
like, light.
You're
Yeah,
talking about
that one.
The Color Out of Space, that's a good one. It's not my favorite. I like the one with the, what's it called? Shadow over Ismith, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Is that the-
I've
The
written,
one with the guy who goes into the town where everyone is a fish person.
Yeah, I've
worships fish
always
god.
liked writing short stories. I've always like writing short stories, and science fiction is a big influence to me.
I like to
Where
take
I like
characters
talking
who
about, like-
win too often and make them suffer. Or the reverse. Take characters who lose too often and prop them up.
So when you guys bring this,
I like to build a very big vast universe. But
Have
and then
any
have, like,
of you
people
read
make
my
characters.
Ruby Gloom fan fiction? He said snobbishly. Okay. Do I have any other questions to ask before I pass the turn off to the next guy in alphabetical order? Let me think. Oh yeah. If I do manage to get into contact with Dan, Mr. Mandel, we need to get you two together so we can get like the official version of the theme song original cut out there. We need to get that out there. The world needs to see.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
this would be interesting.
We need
Yeah.
the world demands the Dan versus theme song. We need you
Oh.
two to reunite. And we need you two to do that.
I always did like the theme though, like the
Let
kind
Chris
of
speak. Let
space
Chris
theme.
speak. I want to hear what he has to say.
I was going to say, I need to warn you ahead of time that my musical talents are I pick up a guitar once every like 3 years and play it for about a week.
Can you
And
still play Smoke on the Water?
Dan actually does have a good singing voice, though, so he might be able to carry us.
Okay then. The singing voice is the more important one because anyone can play a guitar tune. No offense, but it's true. We could subcontract that out to someone else, but we kind of need Dan's voice.
Absolutely.
Yes, we need to get his voice. Come on, guys. We need to steal Dan's voice from him.
Who wrote the lyrics?
I've heard, that's the thing, I've heard multiple different, like, Chris's recollection of the lyrics and the one Dan sent me on Facebook are both different lengths and have different words, so we're gonna need them to put their heads together.
Well, I just remembered both verses, whereas he only remembered the one verse. I think otherwise they're pretty similar.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying, we need you two to get together so we can put everything together, and who's with me on this?
Yeah,
We
sure.
need them to get this lost media. I'm the one who had to track down the Flash game, and M95's the one who had to pay to host that thing, so that was our thing, so, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely curious.
M95, you're the one who has control. You're the one who's protecting the Flash game, since the only other guy that has it is a Chinese website that we found it on.
And also,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to find a way for it to preserve it since Flash is going to die.
Oh,
yeah,
Newgrounds
that's a
has
good
a
point.
solution for that.
Newgrounds has a backup plan for that.
I was gonna
Newgrounds
say-
has a solution. They can rebuild it. Stronger, faster, accessible on mobile. Steve Jobs is rolling in his grave. Flash won't die now.
I like their Aliens the board game on Newgrounds.
There's a lot of interesting stuff on Newgrounds, he said, winking suspiciously.
Yeah, I'm a big Henry Stickmin fan, so yeah, it's pretty
Oh yes, that's definitely what I had in mind. Yes, he said, tugging at his collar.
The first one that came to my mind was Slush Invaders.
No clue what that is.
sounds familiar.
Also the Doors animation collaboration. So many memories. The
Let me
reason why
just
my
check
favorite band
let me
is
just
Arcade
type
Fire.
Newgrounds into my tab and see what the first thing that pops up is. Nope.
Yeah, for me, it's been Henry Stickmin because the collection just dropped this month on Steam, and I've been having a blast with it.
I haven't really been able to put that aside. The only what Steam game do you think take a guess? Which Steam game have I clocked the most hours into?
Team Fortress 2.
First of all, I've only have half hour on that, and second of all, I have like 12 hours on Team Fortress Classic, so you're not even.
That's stereotypically normally the game that most people put a ton of hours into.
The answer was Europa Universalis 4 with about 2,800.
Okay, I
I
was
don't
way
even-
off.
I don't
was
even have
way off.
Steam.
Oh my god.
And also, since Chris asked last time, unfortunately my guy in the GTA modding server went dark on me, so I haven't been able to convert that Dan model into GTA San Andreas yet, because I know you wanted to see that.
Oh my god. Yes, we need to see that.
And
That's
also, I
terrible.
was going to get someone else to
Yeah.
reskin Big Smoke as Chris, because we all know we want to see that.
Two number 9s.
Number 9s. Number
If I
9
ever,
log.
remind me if I ever find Chris's voice actor, that's the first thing I'm going to get him to say is Big Smoke's order. Who's
Yeah,
with me on
Oh,
that?
Dave,
put that in
yeah.
the game just as a
Oh.
mod. Good lord.
That would be fantastic.
Just like on the first thing, if M95 and I are trying to see what with the whole pandemic thing kind of hurting work opportunities, if we could find Dan's voice actor.
Oh, Curtis.
He's usually hard to find, but as of now, all Hollywood actors have a bit more free time on their hands.
That is true.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Chris, you might want to
has a
turn
bit
up your
more.
mic a little bit.
Okay. I don't even know how to do that.
Okay,
I
and
think-
I have no idea
There's
either.
a little arrow on the mute button,
Yeah.
and it'll show up a little menu, and one of them says audio settings at the very bottom.
I might have to turn.
Settings.
Should I turn mine down a bit, or is mine fine?
no, you're fine.
You
Okay,
sound
I was gonna
fine.
ask, is mine still
Okay.
sound pretty quiet?
And you know what? I would have gotten Dan's voice actor to quote Johnny from Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, because I know Dan Mandel would have loved that.
Yeah. Good old Jonah Vasquez.
because I know that he was a fan of that, so I know that like if I could get Dan's voice actor saying, "Say where the fuck is the back team," then he'd like that.
That'd be funny.
Yes, it would. I had a couple things I had on the list of things I wanted to say. One of them was like join the Dan versus fandom because obviously.
Yeah, that's the main priority.
Join the Dandom.
To add at the end.
We
of
don't
every
take kindly to the word dandom around here.
Oh, sorry, never mind. I didn't know.
And
that
we
was
don't
a defensive
take
term.
kindly to people who take kindly to the word dandom around here.
We
Now,
don't
I'm
take
sorry.
kindly
I
to
ain't
was
causing
people.
no
law.
trouble.
Send me to prison. Oh my god.
You don't take kindly to cartoon horses around here.
Now,
Oh,
Skeeter,
no.
he ain't causing any trouble.
Darn it. One of my questions is going to involve MLP, so I apologize.
Is this volume okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
Yeah, you're fine.
I have a bad history with the word dandom. I don't want to get into it at the moment. You joined after that stuff went down.
Okay.
You have a bad history with the word Dan.
It got ugly.
Bad history
Dan.
with phones.
Right? M95 knows what I'm talking about. He's heard the full story.
Okay. You guys can probably tell me it in private chat or something. It's fine.
Yeah. Cracking my neck here.
My distaste for MLP is a lot more open, though. My reasons for that have been stated very, very clearly multiple times. I don't like the fact they basically hijacked the fandom for a few years. And they did. I can pull up. I have statistics on it.
And they got their own movie. I don't understand why we didn't get a movie. That's
Yeah.
It would have been amazing
so
to see
great
Dan
have a
versus go all
versus
around
movie.
the country.
Okay. Anyway. You all still recording?
Really
It's all
Yeah.
working, right?
Yep. Still
Good.
recording.
Okay. And next up. Okay. Do I have anything else to ask of Chris? Oh yeah. I was going to ask this last time. Do you have a copy of the Dan versus font?
Ooh.
No, probably not.
Does anyone?
I don't.
I can find it. I think I can figure out.
I found the
what site-
Ruby Gloom font in a Flash game on the way back
I've
from 2004,
attempted to
so
find
anything's
it.
possible.
I also one day found the font for Red Dead Redemption, so again, anything is possible.
Nice find.
I just ended up recreating it, as you can probably see in my picture here. I also added the jerk font as kind of an addition, but yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting to know.
I don't even know who would have that. Like, who keeps fonts from things?
I found the Ruby
The
Gloom
font.
font on the Wayback Machine on an old website from
I'd
Hot
say
Tag.
the font. The font would be a good place to look.
I have a lot of tabs open. Wait.
Okay, I'm going to just quickly check something, and then I'm going to pass the torch on to whoever the Magic 8 Ball tells me to.
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
let me just check. Kneel before your captain. Okay, zoom. Here we go. Give me a sec. I'm just taking a moment to change my profile picture. And the screen's turned black. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I appear to have clicked on the wrong thing. Just
Oh,
ignore
no.
that. Just files.
Test. Check.
Okay,
1, 2, 3.
I'm just gonna, while I do that, I'm just gonna ask the Magic 8 Ball what he wants. Magic 8 Ball, oh so wise, tell me the guy who should go next. Magic 8 Ball, should
M95.
Broxham go next? It is certain. Broxham, you're up.
Woo! Thank you. Hope you guys can hear me A-okay.
Oh yeah, you have the best audio out of anyone here. Now,
Yeah.
if you'll excuse me, I have to grind nuggets on Pokemon Fire Red and change my profile picture.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly introduce myself. Hello, Chris. It's an honor to meet you. My name's Nick. I'm currently taking screenwriting classes right now at Scottsdale Community College. I'm hoping to become an aspiring screenwriter going into animation, maybe also doing animation and voiceover work, and maybe also acting as well, because I've also took a couple acting classes, particularly
That's a
one.
great choice.
Damn, you're a professional lad.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually in a screenwriting class right now. I'm taking a rewrite class. I'm rewriting one of my screenplays.
Cool.
Shit, the only thing I can rewrite is the same Dan versus fanfic 5 times in a row.
Hey, man, I don't blame you. It's just a part of the screenwriting process. You're going to do a lot of rewrites until eventually you
You
find
should see a Zinderkurst's
Trust me, I have
backstory.
to.
You should see a Zinderkurst's backstory sometime. It's a long one. I've got a full thing play. Rafe knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I helped like in the early things to say like what we should.
I'll tell you it's long and it's complicated, and I may have done a V for Vendetta parody at some point, but let's not get into the details on that.
Sounds
Where
fun.
you're taking classes for screenwriting?
Yes, as a part of the film division at SCC, Scottsdale Community College. That's the abbreviation.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm a community college graduate myself, so.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Community college is really it's a good option right now for especially if you're tight on budget, because a lot of the universities right now, especially the animation and film universities, are like they're ridiculously expensive. Like look at Cal Arts.
Everyone's talking about Cal Arts.
Not going to go into the reasons as to why, because that's an argument that's been beaten to the ground. But yeah.
It is expensive. I mean, I didn't go to college, but not.
I'm still thinking of
Hey, you got the
Hey!
profile pic. Nice, and it's orange this time.
It's not tinted green. I think that happened in the recording in post last time.
Yeah, it's orange.
Yeah.
This isn't the right one anyway. This is I haven't gone by Dr. Jerk on the Discord since the little incident in August and September. Well, actually, I went by Professor Jerk for a little while, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
So your question was it about screenwriting?
No, I was just wanted to introduce myself real quick. I've got about 13 questions, but the first thing I want to bring up is just a little comment. So I know in the last interview, Captain Jerk, he brought up that Gigundo Mart was a parody of Walmart, but between me and my brother, we've always thought Gigundo Mart was actually a parody of Costco because it's, big bulk products at low prices. You also got the free sample stands, and of course the chaotic parking lot.
Yeah. So
We don't have Costco where I live. That's my bad.
That's fine.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's sort of a pastiche, obviously, but no, like the mattresses in a 6-pack joke and stuff like that. That's all Costco. Like,
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, yeah.
I love it, but yeah, it is like you can't buy a lawnmower there. You have to buy a 6-pack of lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always
it's
get the
wrong.
Hershey chocolate milk. That stuff's really good.
I can't drink milk. I'm lactose intolerant. Doesn't stop me from eating ice cream, though.
Well, I mean, Dan's also lactose intolerant, so I mean,
Welcome to Z.
you got representation, man. You got representation, my dude.
Okay, it's
I hate it. I'm the only one in the house too that has it.
If you were Japanese, you wouldn't be all that special.
What?
Ooh.
The further away from the
I'm
north you go,
European.
the more people are lactose intolerant. In Norway, like 90% of the population can drink milk, but in Japan, only like 20% can.
Really?
I'm a European mostly.
Because they didn't
But
need to learn to
obviously, yeah.
suck cow teats in order to survive the winter. They had rice. Well, a bunch of
I
Vikings
obviously
grew up
live in
starving to
America,
death.
so.
So the actual Dan Mandel is very lactose intolerant, and it's gotten worse over the years. And I remember at one point I was like, I feel really bad for you, and I'm going blind. So,
Oh, yeah.
like, I'd rather be me than him. I'd rather be able to eat the pizza and the ice cream and all that stuff.
Oh, totally, yeah. But yeah, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully Dan's okay.
He's fine. He's he always needs something to complain about. So
Of course.
Okay.
Can't be
Okay,
Dan without
give me a
complaining.
sec. I may not have labeled these correctly, so if the wrong profile, I have a couple files with the same name for some reason, except one's a JPEG, one's a PNG, so if this is the wrong one, I'll change it pretty quickly back. Is this it?
I'm so computer illiterate that I only understand about 1 out of every 3 words you're saying.
No, that was not it. That's the show logo.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the logo.
No, I don't want to rename this. Is this it? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Is this it?
Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
I've done that before. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's the logo for my
Stupidity.
Plague Inc. scenario. That
All right.
got 1,600 downloads.
I was quoting our Lord and Savior, the Dorito, Bill Cipher.
Yes, and I'm sorry, that's the logo for my Plague Inc. scenario that got 1,600 downloads.
Oh, nice.
Oh my.
It was
That's
Daria
great.
inspired.
Speaking of which, Daria's coming back soon. The reboot was announced not too long
I don't
ago.
have faith in that at all.
There's actually a lot of reboots have been announced
Understandable.
recently. Like
Daria itself was
Yeah.
technically a spin-off.
Yeah, that's true. It was a spinoff of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. That fandom is crazy.
Yeah. But besides that, like Ren and
Yes,
Stimpy's
yeah.
coming back. What else is coming back?
I don't have faith in that at all.
Well, I mean, John K's not involved, so I honestly have more faith in it than other reboots.
Oh, no, that's the old Captain Jerk logo. I guess I can't. Okay, I can't seem to make it fit. Wait, maybe this one. Oh, yes, I could only find the. I don't know where I stored the new one with the better font, so this will have to do.
Hey, it's fine. Honestly, I think it's fine. This works.
There we go.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Okay, Brock, some continue. I'll just be here grinding.
Okay, so I'm gonna start my questions now. Okay,
Yeah.
so my first question is, so what was the process behind developing characters like Wally, Crunchy, and Ninja Dave, and what do you think would have happened to them after the series ended?
Okay, so the process. Let's see. Well, Ninja Dave, we needed a ninja, and so Wally, Crunchy, and Ninja Dave all showed up before the series went into production. We actually had 6 or 7 episodes written before the series before we had a network and all that stuff. So Ninja Dave, I just tried to think of what a funny version of a ninja would be, and I didn't want to go Asian stereotype, so kind of a surfer guy, funnier.
That's great.
Dan Mandel came up with Crunchy, and he was just sort of, started out as sort of just a generic kind of hippie animal lover character because you first saw him in the animal shelter.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, Tom Kenny was so funny with we wrote for him to sing The Pets Are Your Friends. Tom Kenny, we just enjoyed hearing him improvise songs so much that a lot of other characters started, we had him sing for no reason, basically.
Yeah, Tom Kenny's a delight, man. He's a great voice actor.
He is.
Super nice guy, too. I mean, you actually don't see a lot of jerks in voiceover acting because there's very little pretense, right? But he was especially outgoing and friendly and kind and all that. So
yeah, I met him at Phoenix Comic Con last year in 2019, and he's, oh man, hearing SpongeBob voice in person was like, it was like one of those moments where it's like, this is reasons why I need to live. Like, oh my God. It's because SpongeBob means so much to me growing up. Like, he's like a childhood icon.
That would have just been nice for childhood me. I used to be a Sponge. The first ever fan fiction I read was probably a SpongeBob fan fiction. I say probably because it might have been a Kid vs. Cat one. I can't remember what happened in mid 2010.
Ah, Kid vs. Cat. That's a throwback.
Fun fact: it was almost exactly 10 years ago, roughly, maybe within a month or two, that I read my first ever fanfic and got into the game.
Oh man, it's so crazy. All these modern shows are now like becoming retro now.
Oh yeah. My generation's waiting for nostalgia is here. It's our time to shine, baby.
Like,
we're gonna get the shameless reboots.
Literally, Adventure Time, regular show, and Friendship is Magic are all turning 10 this year, and I'm just like,
that is weird.
Dear Lord, I'm getting old.
You're old.
Cause you're old. I really miss Courage the Dog as well.
Oh, Courage. I love Courage. Courage is so good.
I assume, unless you're Canadian, you wouldn't know what Ruby Gloom is.
No, unfortunately I don't. I'm sorry.
When I look at the art, it kind of looks familiar, but I don't remember watching it.
What about Kid vs. Cat?
Yeah.
Kid vs. Cat barely sounds familiar.
Kid vs. Cat, I do remember. It was on here in America. It was on Disney XD back in like 2009, 2010.
We got it on YTV.
Oh, YTV. Yeah, I do know that.
Also, another show that I liked was Total Drama, but
oh,
boy,
dude, Total Drama,
downhill.
yes.
That was the shit growing up.
My kids love that right now.
See, the first couple seasons are the best.
I like the first 3, and Pocket was okay. There's a few characters I like it, but that is not the best season at all. But I think mine could be World Tour.
Okay,
Broxham, you can continue with your question.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
I guess. And then Wally, we thought it'd be fun to have a big, strong, terrifying werewolf turn into this kind of schlumpy,
middle-aged man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A teenage wolf has to grow up sometime.
That's true. Yeah.
The werewolf needs a day job because he can't just, be a werewolf and have people.
This is my day job. Yep. Yeah. Wally's always a fascinating character. He just runs a hardware and explosive store. Like, it's just crazy world out there.
You got a ninja selling cookies, a werewolf selling explosives.
It's Los Angeles.
And
anything could happen. Only on the hub. Okay.
And I live in Muskegon, real close to the Heights. Not that close to the Heights, but
I live in Maricopa County, so it's hot as hell here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Arizona.
I'm sweating right now. Michigan is killing me. I'm not used to this hot weather.
My sweat is literally changing color from the high salt concentration.
It's like,
it's just like lizards. Rainbows are nature's rainbows.
Oh,
oh man.
Sorry, I was quoting technology.
Technology.
Okay.
So, next question.
All right, let's do the next question. Okay. So my next question is, what was up with Elise's quasi-governmental organization and the relation to the Russian-like antagonist throughout the series? And would this have been a major storyline that would have continued had the series been renewed past season 3? Also, this question applies to Elise Sr. and her history as a criminal mastermind.
Well, so Elise Sr., she was a mafia don at the end of Dan versus the Elise's parents, but
Yeah,
then,
we got that tease, and then she got a mech suit in Family Cruise.
yeah, exactly. So we would
I always was under the impression she was a mercenary or something, which explained why the people she was working with kept changing.
we would have to, yeah, we definitely would have to do something with that. So Elise's quasi-governmental organization, you know, it was just sort of a Cold War thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Russians versus Americans. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, like she needed an antagonist, or hopefully a revolving cast of antagonists. We thought about doing an episode. So there's an area of Los Angeles called Koreatown, and we were talking about maybe setting something in North Koreatown. Which is sort of like the there's like the military.
This is getting good.
Ooh, this sounds interesting. Holy crap!
And of course, there would have been some sort of behind enemy lines thing there in North Koreatown, but we never got to do it. So.
But yeah, that is a very fascinating concept because I definitely really like that storyline. I feel like as the season began to progress, it seemed like both Dan and Chris started to become more aware of this behind-the-scenes stuff. So I think it would have been really interesting to see that revelation start to become something that's normal for Dan and Chris and all the hijinks they get into.
Broxham, I'm just going to say this now. You would like where my fan fictions are going to end up going when I get them finished.
Okay.
Although I will admit that if you like the more caring and empathetic Elise, sorry to say that's not the direction I'm taking things.
I mean, I'm kind of split. I do really like Elise as an empathetic character, but I won't lie, it's fun to see her beat some people up sometimes.
Yeah.
At minimum.
I forgot to mention this too, but on the last question, but what do you think happened to Ninja Dave, Wally, and Crunchy after the series ended? Did they just continue their lives, or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Wally and Ninja Dave both have businesses.
Or I guess Crunchy kind of goes around. Like he was at the Goodwill, and then he was part of some of the hippie groups, and he kind of just flops around. Yeah.
Yeah, I get the feeling that Crunchy just sort of lives his life day to day.
Yeah.
Taking it.
Like everyone does.
I mean, even more so. Like he doesn't really plan for next week or anything like that. He doesn't try to acquire any new skills or.
Yeah,
you know.
For me, yeah, I'll get to that when it's my part. I'll if I can remember that.
Okay. So my next question is, so what do you believe Imposter Dan's life was like before he started to impersonate Dan, and what do you think he could have done in future episodes after the telemarketer? I think CJ might have brought this up.
Oh, yeah, I did. He said that they didn't have a planned name for him or anything. All we know is that he apparently impersonated a baker at one point.
Oh, okay.
I think that he probably bounced from identity to identity until he found Dan, who he thought was like sort of the perfect host for his parasitic.
Yeah, I was gonna say parasite. Yeah.
So I think that other people, like he says in the show, have friends or family or other people who say something's wrong. And since Dan only really had Chris, that he thought he could sort of, wedge his way in, and if he wanted Chris, no one would be wiser.
Yeah.
Are you frozen, or am I the only one
think he
saying
probably
that?
No,
I'm
he
here.
was just a little connection error. That's fine. He's good now.
Okay, so I would imagine that he's probably tried the same thing a few other places and got caught or run out of town.
Yeah, because like as we saw from like his dialogue, it appears like he's done this like multiple times. But unlike a character from regular show, Doug the Doppelganger Shablonsky, Imposter Dan never got caught. Nobody really knows who his true identity is, and even if he did get caught by authorities like we saw in Dan, it was because he was using someone else's identity. So to this day, authorities don't really know who Imposter Dan is, which is kind of terrifying to think about.
He's kind of like the Rutger Hauer character from The Hitcher, I think.
Literally, he could be anyone, and we will never know.
It's terrifying. I can be anyone here.
He could be in this very room. He could be you. He could be me. He could even be.
Sorry, that's a Team Fortress 2 reference. To
Yeah.
A real gamer moment.
Yeah. I
So I
get
guess-
flashbacks whenever I hear that too. Also,
Yeah.
the movie Clue.
So I guess Imposter Dan would totally main spy in Team Fortress 2 and be a boss at it.
Mhm.
Okay. So my next question is, this probably is another question that I'm sure CJ already asked, but were there any concepts or episodes pitched in the series that network executives just flat out refused to broadcast outside
Dan
of the
versus the childhood bully.
Give me all your money!
I know that was going to come up, because I know last interview you guys said that Dan versus Ted
Hey.
and Dan versus the childhood bully were the 2 episodes that just didn't have, like, they couldn't do it.
Yeah, there were a lot that got rejected.
I totally get if you can't reveal everything, like, due to contract or anything like that. That's totally fine.
There's no contract. It's just
The Hub Network passed away. It died.
yeah. So there's no contract reason. It's just my memory is really the only reason that I wouldn't talk about it, is because I can't even remember. I mean, every week we'd pitch 2 or 3 ideas and have
Yeah, that's true.
half of them shot down.
Yeah, got to keep the ideas flowing, yeah.
Right. I remember there's one that's going to be Dan versus the Clown.
Hey there, Danny! It's your birthday!
Which
When you're a clown, nobody takes you seriously.
Don't be one of
nobody
those
likes a
sad clowns, Chris.
I was gonna, yeah, that would have been the perfect opportunity to bring back Chris the Clown.
Well, this would have been, so it was actually sort of vaguely based on there's a Shaggy Dog joke about a clown who insults a kid, and the kid dedicates his life to revenge. So the episode was actually kind of vaguely based on that, where Dan had been insulted by a clown when he was a kid and decided to destroy the clown's life when he runs into him again later.
Oh, wow, this would have been an amazing episode.
They didn't like that one.
Oh, what? It would have been relevant, too, especially now with, like, It and Joker being such the big hits that they are. I feel like that episode would have probably aged well.
They didn't like, let's see, I pitched one of the part 3 for the Imposter series, and they didn't like.
Oh, yes! Oh, yeah, more Imposter Dan. Nice.
Yes.
Let's see, what else was there? Yeah, the only script that was written that they rejected out of hand was the childhood bully one.
Okay, yeah.
And that was one of the, we had, 6 or 7 scripts written when we went in, and that was one of them. They just said, we're not going to do this one. So.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But that's cool, yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, they rejected, I wanted to do Dan versus Zeus.
Great God.
Dan versus the Greek gods. Ooh.
I don't care if you sprang fully formed from the head of Zeus! You messed up!
Yeah, and so the idea was that lightning strikes Dan's car. He actually figures out a portal into the dimension where the Greek gods live.
Oh no, not multiverses. I've seen this before.
This could have worked because the show. You guys started to get more into like mythological stuff in the later seasons. So I think this
you
episode
know what,
would have
Broxham?
worked.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that. Literally, the second episode was Dan versus the Wolfmen, where he pulls a Mr. Krabs and fights a bunch of skeletons in a graveyard after graveyard.
True, you're right.
Just
It has been
nonchalantly.
Yeah, you're right. It has
Also,
been
I see
multiverses.
that
You got me.
that Chris-looking model. Good one.
Oh yeah, I made that in Vice City, the best I could using the in-game skin editor.
Nice.
So
Profile.
and he would have found an ally in Hephaestus, the blacksmith god, who was
Oh, nice.
thrown from the mountain by
Isn't
Zeus.
it Hephaestus?
Like, because they both have father issues, and yeah, so it
Oh,
would have
that's
been,
right. Yeah, Dan's dad and his whole Enron scandal.
yeah. So that one too.
Well, something went wrong.
Oh, you just did a pun. Oh my god. Sorry.
I hate that I made that reference, and it's a very obscure reference too. So
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah,
the
no, man.
things that I remember as being rejected.
Yeah, I guess the closest you guys did get to having like Greek mythology in Dan versus was DMV because you had the Minotaur.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Minotaur. That was a great scene. The Minotaur was great.
That was actually a pretty good episode of season 3. I like that episode mainly because it's the DMV. I mean, of course, everyone hates the DMV.
Yeah, there's a few episodes that you do side with Dan. Traffic, DMV.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, Dan's in the right sometimes. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay, so my fourth question is: personally, which shows do you believe would have worked well in a crossover special outside of Friendship is Magic?
Don't.
He said outside. He said outside.
As much as people would want to see Pinky and Dan have a fight, as entertaining as that would be,
Urge to kill rising.
There are some people who think the opposite.
okay, yes, I have seen that.
Fading.
What about?
Fading.
We never really thought about crossovers because we were sort of isolated in our own silo at the Hub Network.
Oh yeah, they kept him in the work silo.
Yeah.
And they actually said that they did not want, that they didn't want us interacting with any of the Hasbro shows. So.
Oh, that's a shame because we got those 2 promos for Dan versus Pinkie Pie, and the internet literally blew up because of it.
Yeah, and no, there was no interest in that from the network.
Yeah, we don't want you going near Hasbro over here with your controversial ideas. We don't want you infecting them.
Yeah. I know. I think it would be hilarious to see Dan
Why?
go up against Pinkie Pie. It'd just be a complete tonal shift. It'd be a lot of fun.
Why must I always wear so long stuff?
Roll your sleeves up, dude.
Yeah, you can get shirts. We'll win it. I mean,
Yeah, I have a jerk shirt. I have a jerk shirt and a Dan versus sweater, but I think the sweater's pretty old by this point. I think I might have outgrown it.
I do not have one yet.
Yeah, I think I bought it on, was it Redbubble? I think it was Redbubble a couple years back.
I still have my crew T-shirt, so.
Nice, yeah.
Can we see it?
I'd have to run upstairs and get it, so not this time.
Okay.
Okay. Because for me personally, I feel like for crossovers, I feel like shows that could have worked would be Regular Show, Futurama, South Park, Invader Zim, Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, The Simpsons, and hell, even Steven Universe.
Yep, I would add to
The
that.
first one.
Older canceled shows, The Critic would be fun.
Oh, Critic, that would be a good one, yeah.
It stinks.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. So
That actually reminds me a lot of Dale from King of the Hill, if you want me to be perfectly honest.
Dan going up against Dale would be super interesting.
Somebody write that
yeah.
fan fiction. Roxum, I'm putting you on charge of that. You're now doing that.
I mean, I would, but like,
You pulled your back?
here's the thing. I know about King of the Hill, but I don't know too much about it. Like, I've only seen a couple episodes, and most of the references I usually get is from like YouTube poop.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's well. I haven't even finished season 1 of Daria. I know. I've read. Once you've read over 600 fanfics, you pick up on a few things.
Yeah.
yeah, I could see a Dan Futurama being a lot of fun.
Yeah, Bender,
Oh, yeah.
Bender, definitely, yeah.
Oh, and actually, that reminds me of
What
another
about like?
episode that they did next. Was we want to do Dan versus the Time Machine.
Yeah, you guys brought stuff in the last interview. That would have been a fun episode. And I guess it kind of makes sense because Dan's fought in a dinosaur. He's wearing medieval armor before. Yeah, it totally could have worked actually.
What would you would have
question are we
gone
on,
against?
Brox?
What?
Which question is this, Brox?
I've got 13. I'm on question. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on question 5. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
let's keep going.
Sorry, I gotta keep going through this. Okay.
No more lollygagging.
Sorry. I know. It's just we're having a good time. That's all. Let's
We
just
have
say that.
fun in this room.
That's fine. Yeah, that's great. I like that. Okay, so my next question is, so what was up with the Wow Wow Wubbzy joke that was found in the deleted scenes compilation?
Yeah.
Were some of the Dan versus crew also part of the Wow Wow Wubbzy team, or was this just some random inside joke that grew in mind, or was this a fan edit?
So Wow Wow Wubbzy was produced. Was that? I think it was a Film Roman show also.
Oh, it
I
was.
remember that.
Yeah.
And so there were posters for Wow Wow Wubbzy, and none of us had kids yet. I mean, me and Dan and the writers. So we just like, what the hell is Wow Wow Wubbzy?
I saw it growing up. I can answer your questions.
Oh, I knew it. Yeah, I when I was growing up, I saw it too.
Yeah.
They added a girl character halfway through and then forcefully shoved her into the theme song. I remember this.
Well, I remember that
I barely
Susan
watched
Collins wrote for that show before going on to write the Hunger Games. So.
Oh wow, really? Wow, that's a big leap. Holy crap, Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I was randomly one day given the entire trilogy of the books. I'm looking at them right now.
Prequel's coming out later this year.
Fuck.
It's good. It's out.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I'll have to read it then.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It's really good. If you like the writing, which I do.
Yeah, I like Hunger Games, so I'll probably.
I still have to read the books. As I said, I have the three first.
I just finished watching Breaking Bad.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good show.
So that was the Wow Wow Wubbzy answer. Is just like none of us knew what the hell it was. So.
Okay, because that's funny. Because when I saw that pop up with deleted scenes, I'm like, what is this doing here? Like, this is.
That's the one that got your attention. There are a couple others that I think would have raised a few more eyebrows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
Chris
Yeah.
killing.
I know
Chris
you're
killing
gonna.
the guard.
you're gonna
Don't make
bring
me
up-
bring up the you know what one.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
I'll
no.
bring it up.
the
I'll hand it to
incest.
DeviantArt, and we'll never be the same again.
Captain Jerk,
Shut
no.
up!
Cease and desist. Stop. This is the
Just to quote
Cue NSFW
song
for this-
from
for this Zoom call.
Preoccupations, cease and desist.
yeah. Cease and desist, my dude. Cease and desist.
Actually, wait, there are two I might have been talking about. Now you don't know which one of the two.
even worse.
Well, actually, there's three if I include the one with the safe, but that's not important.
Okay. So, my next question, but yeah, thank you for the Wow Wow Wubbzy explanation, because I was really thrown off by that, because Wow Wow Wubbzy's a Nickelodeon show, and Dan vs. was a Hub show, so I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, had Dan vs. continued, what sort of trendy ideas or concepts do you think would have been explored for future episodes? Like, for example, do you think there would have been an episode where Dan vs. would have gone up against modern gaming with esports, or maybe an episode where he goes up against social media platforms like Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, or even TikTok?
Yeah, we thought a lot about doing Dan versus social media or Dan versus the internet in general. I think that was an idea that we pitched that the network didn't like. But yeah,
Oh, I hate a lot of social media. I would be on the side of Dan if that episode.
I know
would be like-
Amazing World of Gumball, they did a couple episodes parodying social media on the internet, which are pretty
Yeah,
fun.
those were really good too.
I think that
Nowadays, could you imagine like a Dan gets canceled type episode?
Yes! Oh my
Like
god!
the
yes!
Angry
He says
Beavers
something stupid like a couple
situation.
years ago, and they're like,
Oh my God! 6 years ago on Twitter, Dan said something offensive. He's done
Chris!
for.
Why is my name trending on Twitter? Wait, you use Twitter?
Cancel
Yes!
culture.
yeah, actually that reminds me. There was Dan Mandel pitched Dan versus what's her name, where he has a one night stand with a girl and doesn't remember.
Oh no!
And
Yeah, I remember that one. He steals their licenses
Yeah.
so he can remember who they are or something, but he forgot to steal this hooker's license, so he has to
Oh
go
my
find
god!
trophy.
That
then
was
he's walking on the street, and people start, basically accusing, calling him a jerk and abusing him and stuff. And it's because she went online and posted about her experience with Dan.
Oh my god.
it. 0 out of
Oh.
10, worst sex I've ever had.
oh man,
Dan exposed.
oh wow, that's whew.
If they put this in the show, nobody would have questioned Dan's sexuality.
Yeah,
Oh
without
my
a doubt,
god.
no.
Well, I
Would have
think
fixed that problem.
Yeah, nope, without a doubt.
the network immediately bumped on Dan having a one night stand to begin with. So
I mean, it was his channel for younger audience.
We tried to
so-
sneak. They tried to sneak a single frame of that into the tape in the traffic episode, but that didn't work out.
Yeah.
It the deleted scenes. He tried.
I still get a kick out of the deleted Dan holding the pen in bank. We know what you guys were doing when you guys came up with that. That's the fact it just lingers on it for a couple seconds before Dan decides to run off.
Yeah, it's also the scene where it was originally planned for Chris to kill that guard in the Salvation Army.
He actually told me about that. That was
What took you
actually
so long?
basically the censors were like, we don't want him beating him up, and they're like, oh, you don't want him beating it up? Well then sure, here you go, censors, F you.
Don't worry, we're actually going to talk a bit more about like adult content and stuff like that with some of the later questions. So hopefully that'll ease off the restrictions a bit. Okay, so
There's a hurricane happening somewhere. No.
wait,
Oh,
what?
God.
You okay, dude?
There's a No, I'm fine. I'm not in the hurricane area, but there's also a storm happening in Michigan right now. It's raining, I think. But
Oh,
I just saw
wow.
someone on Discord say that they're under a hurricane warning, and now I feel very bad for them.
Yeah. Okay, so my next question is, so at the end of Animal Shelter, we see Dan be treated by a actor doctor. Who was this character parodying? Was it Sean Connery?
Oh man, I do not remember that.
Probably someone from one of those old doc dramas from like the 60s or something.
Oh, you know what it was?
The day Grey's Anatomy, just them running up. That doesn't happen in the.
Somebody needs to write a fanfic of Dan versus Dr. House. I'd read that.
I think that
Oh man, House was a good show.
House MD. Yes.
when I was a little kid, there was a bunch of commercials. I don't remember what they're for, but it was a guy in a lab coat. And he's like, "I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV." And
Oh, this commercial. Okay. Oh yeah, this does sound familiar. Okay.
Yeah.
so like you're wondering why anybody would take this guy's medical advice because he just told you he's not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor. Yeah.
So
Wait a second. That sounds like. Wait a minute. I've heard a similar line to that before.
I have as well.
No, that
Wait,
was from David
I'm
Hasselhoff.
not-
That was something different.
Oh, Hasselhoff would have been a good parody, which is funny because Hasselhoff's actually been doing a bit more in terms of TV animation recently, so that would have been funny to see him pop up in the show.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing anything else lately.
We tried
Also, SpongeBob.
Shatner. Like it was this like we pursued him relentlessly.
Wait, you say was it Terry Shatner? You said
William Shatner. We tried.
Oh, William Shatner. Yeah, he would have been an amazing choice. Oh my God.
We wrote a detailed outline. I think we had them come up with a character design to send him. We basically said, like, anything you don't like in the script, we will take out. We tried
Oh, wow.
hard, and it just never happened. So
Oh, that would have been incredible. Weird Al would have also been a good choice too,
Oh, Weird Al's awesome.
True.
yes,
because he's actually done a lot in terms of voiceover animation. So I think he would have been fun.
that would have been great.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question is, in regards to distribution, who currently owns the rights to Dan versus?
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask because I asked Dan on Facebook and he just said that some random third party had it now, but I'm not sure what he meant by that.
I think that it's actually Dan Angel, but I'm not sure.
Okay. But with this in mind,
Got it. I'll need to track him down to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Well, I mean, unless you've got the budget to start funding episodes, I don't know what good it would do you.
it's gonna take a lot of money. Just gonna say that.
Kickstarter
The
time.
fundraiser.
Kickstarter. I don't know. I mean,
Kickstarter, help us buy the rights to Dan versus.
Shark Robot merch, because that's what the Has Been Hotel crew did.
I don't like that. I don't like that short or its thing, mostly because people wouldn't stop DMing me about it for like a week.
Sorry, I am going to bring up Has Been again later in this video, but I promise you I'm not going to pester you about it.
Well, okay.
I mean, I do love Has Been, like, I really love it, but, like, don't worry, I'm going to respect your opinion.
Rising.
All right, next one.
I've never watched Has Been Hotel, and I don't really have an urge to, though I did see Hell of a Boss.
I do know that for some reason web animations seem to love going to hell. I counted like 9 of them.
You know, speaking, it's funny. I think a crossover between.
We'll get back to that when we can. We'll get back to that.
I was gonna say a crossover between Hell of a Boss and Dan versus would have worked so well because Hell of a Boss, those imps, they're pretty much their job is that they're supposed to go into the real world and kill people, and I feel like Dan would totally be one of their clients.
There you go.
Anyone
Dan
else?
would end up
Whatever happened to that older web animation? Welcome to Hell with the ghost psychopath kid.
God, I liked that one a lot. It's like, dude, stop talking to yourself and get out of my house.
Like so, Brandon Rogers, Viv, if you guys are watching this, get in contact with Chris Pearson. We need a Dan versus Hell of a Boss crossover, or as a cameo, have him cameo in it. Just like
I'm not sure.
I can imagine Dan versus like the Dan versus Dan. Like I can imagine like Dan.
Well, it's not MLB.
Becoming fucking Doomslayer at that point and just trying to not die from the little imp.
Dan would be a diehard
Doomslayer? Who's Doomslayer?
From Doom. Dan would
I thought his name was Doom Guy.
It's a nickname,
Doom Guy,
but
whatever.
I think his official name is Doomslayer.
Since when?
I think since the 2016 reboot.
Well, that's okay. That explains a lot. Okay, well, sure. Okay, then. But I'm not
But
sure how
yes.
well Dan would do against him.
Oh, Dan would totally. I mean, Dan would actually probably be a Doom fan. Actually, I feel like he'd play that game as a therapy.
Yeah.
We've already discussed Dan's gladiatorial matchups. He'd beat Trevor Phillips in a game of Mines. Trevor Phillips would beat him
Carter
in
would,
unprepped combat.
Eric Cartman would totally beat Dan. We know that.
We found that it was a reverse. So if it was just like hand to hand, no preparations, Dan would kill him. But
if
if
Carter,
it was
but
a
if Carter,
Giving
game of
gadget.
wits, Cartman would probably feed him to Chris.
I guess we should also add Bender from Futurama to the list,
And we gotta add Dale to the list too.
and Dale from King of the Hill, which is kind of ironic because at least in the case of Bender, because you guys had John DiMaggio voice Dan at the Comic-Con panel.
Yes.
That
That
was
was
that was a panel I wish I would have been at. But okay. Okay, so my next question is, considering how other animated properties such as Adventure Time, Avatar The Last Airbender, and Invader Zim are finding success with comic books that came out after the respective shows had ended, do you believe that this could be an alternative to bring Dan versus back, regardless if the comic books are considered canon?
You know, if somebody decides to publish a Dan versus comic book, I'll write them. I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm not sure.
I had a fan-written one going for a little while.
I feel like either IDW or Kaboom would make the most sense, but I feel like IDW more so because they do more adult properties, and I feel like you'd be able to get a bit more creative control with that. So I feel like IDW would probably be your best option because they do the Rick and Morty comics.
Yeah.
Don't think Rick and Morty comics have a separate canon?
I think they do, but like I think it's I don't know how it works with the Rick and Morty.
Like, isn't it a different Rick, C-132 or something?
Yeah.
I guess it is. I mean, knowing Rick and Morty, there's so many timelines in Rick's that it's like,
Yeah, and technically it's all canon in that regards because of
Oh, it
multiple
is?
dimensions.
oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, right, multiverse.
But their show's still going on, so they have to be careful about stepping on each other, whereas Dan versus we wouldn't.
Yeah. Oh god, man, Rick and Morty's getting so many more episodes. They're getting like 70 more episodes. It's insane.
That show releases at a snail's pace.
That's the only downside. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
production
that's the
time,
only-
But to be fair, I mean, you know, it does take a while, so I can't necessarily blame them. And plus, they're trying new things. They've got new writers in there, which I think is great. So they're trying to shake up the formula, which is good. Helps keep the show fresh.
Image from the one that Hero Up tried to make. It only lasted for about 2 pages.
What is this?
Hero Up's sketching of Dan versus the Factory.
Nice.
Oh.
We only got 2 pages in.
Ooh.
The
Okay.
version with text I don't currently have downloaded, but we did try at least. We made an attempt, but we kind of it was taking too long, and Hero Up was doing a bunch of other stuff, so it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
The story was Dan versus the Factory second draft. That's what we were going with. So yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I just have 3 more questions, then I'm done.
Hit me.
Okay, so the third to last question is, with the recent announcement that Has Been Hotel was picked up for a full series by A24 and the success of J.G. Quintel's Close Enough on HBO Max, do you believe that these shifts could mark a demand for a comeback in dark adult comedy and animation? And with that said, could Dan versus return in that aspect, albeit with hopefully more creative control and less restrictions on what type of adult situations and themes could be shown?
That sounds good. Here's the thing. I write stuff, and while I'm writing them, I do hope that they'll go into production someday and stuff like that.
But there's no guarantee, yeah.
I never waste time thinking about, like, does this mean that the clouds will part and this will happen,
I know, yeah. Hollywood's unpredictable, so it's either or nah,
I just keep writing, and if anybody wants to make something, that would be great.
And you said that Dan Angel currently holds the rights?
As far as I know, that would be my best guess, yeah.
Okay, M95, can you check something on for that when we're done? You're the one with IMDb Pro.
Yeah.
There was a squirrel outside, and I went up
Squirrel!
because it scared the shit out of me.
Are you usually squirrel phobic?
No, I'm not. I didn't know if it was a cat or not.
So you're cat
It
phobic.
was just, no, I'm allergic though, so
You know-
I do.
Oh.
I'm
was-
acrophobic. I'm afraid of heights.
I was gonna say, like, if you were like if you want to be like Dan, you could go after the squirrel family, like what he did at the end of Anger Management.
I almost.
Fuck with squirrels, Dan!
It's like, you think he's gonna change? No.
Okay, but yeah, I don't know. I think there's a potential for Dan versus comeback, especially given Has-Been's recent announcement in Close Enough.
Hey, if people want to do it again, I'd be happy to write it.
Fingers
Yeah, but
crossed.
what's the process you have to go to? Would you have to call up Dan Angel and because Has Been Hotel's a different situation?
Yeah,
'cause
Has-Been was that's the only
that
thing.
was self-made when hadn't been a thing before. That was essentially a pilot. Like, what's your process here, Chris? We need to know this.
I would think that Dan Angel has been
He said it!
floating the idea. I'm sure. I know that he pitched it to Netflix after the show went off the air.
Wait, what? This is new
What?
news.
Well, I mean, we went in, we did our song and dance, and said, "Here's what the show is." And
Okay. So just to clarify, the Hub and Discovery, they no longer have anything to do with it. Dan Angel has the full power to control it at the moment.
at least he did a few years ago. Yeah.
Okay, Discovery and Hub have only been breaking up more since then, so I doubt it would have changed. Okay, that's good, guys. We need to go, somebody start a petition and start emailing that guy. M95, you get on that. I've got a plan. I have a cunning plan.
Yeah, you did bring a good point though. It has been though, because that was independently. But I'll give Viv props though. The fact that she was able to pull that pilot off with like a full production team, all indie, online in like only the span of like 4 years is incredible. Like, and now they just got picked up for a full series. That's just
Wouldn't
amazing.
be the first time that's happened.
I know. I just mean as of recently.
Did Nickelodeon pick up a cartoon from a short that had only barely any views?
Oh, Breadwinners. Yeah, you're talking about Breadwinners.
I remember that.
We don't say that name as much as we already have.
Nickelodeon standards were pretty low at the time. They're doing okay now, though.
I don't know. I have more faith than Has Been though. I think especially with A24, that's going to be an incredible show.
A24 is, I think, respectable.
What's A24?
they're a studio that did a lot of they do a lot of indie films. They allow their creators to do a lot more work that's more so creative. They don't meddle with that sort of stuff. They did movies like Moonlight, The Disaster Artist. What else did they do? They did this one movie I think with Daniel Radcliffe where like he's a corpse.
I don't know very many indie films except for the only two indie films I've seen anytime recently were Flatland and the one where Adolf Hitler wakes up in Germany.
Oh, he's back. I have heard of that indie film. That's a crazy film.
I haven't been able to track down the Mussolini version, but I know it exists. I know there's an Italian version.
I want to say that maybe Hereditary might have been under age 24.
Okay, let's let Proxim ask his last few questions.
I'm sorry, yeah, because I know Chris, you also brought up the whole Dan Angel thing with Netflix. I think at Phoenix Comic-Con, this is actually pretty interesting. Curtis, I don't know if this story's been announced, but I think Curtis was talking to me about it when I asked him about Dan versus being continued. But he told me something about Seth Green possibly continuing the series, like he was interested in it.
Yeah, so we went into Netflix with Seth Green, and the idea would be to have him on and have his studio, house the production. But like I said, Netflix, at least at the time, wasn't particularly interested, though they were thrilled to meet with Seth Green. So.
Oh yeah, it's Seth Green.
Well, Netflix, from what I've heard in the last year or two, has been taking pretty much anything that's handed to them because they want to keep up with all the other. They're trying to keep up with Disney Plus. Like they've been accepting most things, like maybe a few too many things. In fact,
my experience with them was that they were taking most things, but not us.
Hopefully, maybe second time's a charm. We'll see.
We have I have the full intentions of trying to get in touch with Dan Angel and throw a line to him now that we know which direction to direct that in.
Because Dan Angel, he's already on board. Like he would love to do the show some more. So
no, I mean, but we just need to we want to tell him that we've got he's got a whole fandom here waiting that's ready to gear up at a moment's notice to support him. I've got 350 people in my Discord, and I will ping them nonstop until they support him.
Fair enough. I like it.
Fair, that number side, that's definitely bigger than your average movie theater, so that's definitely quite a number.
Okay, yes. In fact, yes, 350, or as some might put it, 700 half peoples, or as some other people might put it, 1,500 quarter peoples. Technically correct.
It's weird that you're fractionalizing people.
We got to get the numbers up.
Just numbers.
We've got over 10 trillion atoms on our side.
You're breaking it down. It's like plankton in Frozen Face Off. You started breaking it down, but then when you got
molecule
to
by molecule, atom by atom.
But then the thing is that when you got to the atoms, it blew up.
Yeah, that's not the first time they've. Okay, anyway, let's just let Broxton continue. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll go back to grinding my Pidgey.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to get that tidbit in though about Seth Green because Curtis told me about that when I met him at Phoenix Comic-Con. Which, by the way, he's amazing. He's just like us.
What's the great thing about Curtis is that if you meet him
I'm doing the interview. I would rather you not interrupt at this particular time. Thank you, Mother. Sorry, Mother.
So the thing about Curtis is that if you meet him as a fan, he's super nice and respectful and kind and patient. And if you work with him, like week in and week out, he's the exact same way. He's just fantastic.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry about that. Some of my dogs are barking outside a little bit. Okay, I just have two more questions to ask. So the second to last question is, so what's your perspective on the episode Stupidity as of now, considering modern events that have occurred since the episode originally aired? I guess, sorry.
Well, Britain trying to control the EU didn't age well.
Let's see. So what are my thoughts on it? At the time that I wrote that, I thought that we had already sort of sunk as low as we were going to sink in terms of the presidency.
Oh, but Dan's deleted scenes made sure you'd sink even lower.
And, it's funny, actually, when we were pitching this to Netflix with Seth Green, it was during the beginning of the 2016 election cycle. And so Trump wasn't really he wasn't a threat of becoming president yet. He was still
thought it was going to be Jeb Bush.
Well, we thought it was going to be a Bush-Clinton election, right? So one of the things I said in the pitch was like, if the Trump campaign has taught us nothing else, there's a lot of anger out there that's looking for a place to sit down.
Yeah, South Park tried that, and that didn't work out in the end because it turns out he didn't die after a month.
Right.
We had to actually stick with that afterwards when that wasn't the plan.
Yeah. So I would say, the danger about Stupidity was like less about politics and more about the culture sort of eating itself. Like you guys mentioned, everything is getting a reboot. It seems like they're making a lot less new stuff now, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like
Live action Powerpuff Girls.
What's it?
What?
Sorry. I just mentioned in terms of recent reboots because you're talking about how they're announcing a lot of reboots recently. They just announced the live action Powerpuff Girls just recently.
Yeah, and like I don't know.
Isn't there a Powerpuff Girls anime or something?
Yeah, that was back in the 2000s though, and then you had the 2016 reboot, which don't want.
Oh yeah, M95. That's the other Dan versus logo that we found that we forgot to mention last time.
Oh, wow, that's actually looks nice.
We're pretty sure it based on the color, but the orientation. We're pretty sure it's the second version that it came before the solid red one. But since the Versus is still small and it has the same font as all those later ones, but the Versus is still smaller, just like in the OG sketch graffiti-looking logo.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. The color scheme is reminding me straight up Corey in the house.
Dan in the house.
Dan in the house. Okay.
So yeah, long story short of it is, you know, the thing about the Trump phenomenon is that it's not the same thing as the problem with in Stupidity, which was sort of more complacency and mental laziness and all that. Like the Trump
is the opposite of complacency.
Like the Trump base, like I mean, they have a horrible worldview, but they're really energized and engaged about it, right? So like it's even worse than what I was.
Yeah, the one I have on mine, it doesn't look quite as good since it's not on white. That's the first version of the logo, and I'm pretty sure the one underneath came right after that because it has the font from the newer ones, but look, the Versus is in the same spot.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
Oh, someone's banging on the walls over there.
Oh. Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you guys originally base the governor off Romney in that episode?
He sort of had a George W. accent.
What's George W? Okay, I was going to say.
Which George W. accent?
You know, I don't know about that, son. I just let the teachers teach. No.
Okay, so W. Bush, not HW.
No.
Wasn't there a Simpsons character who had an HW accent?
I think.
Well, they had actually George H.W. Bush as a character on The Simpsons once.
That's not what I meant, though. I meant, like, wasn't there a character whose voice was basically like an HW impression?
Yeah, let's see.
The guy who owned the gun store.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Herman.
Okay,
That guy.
Yeah, I do remember him. Yeah.
Okay, you on your last questions, Broxham? I think you have 2 left.
Yeah, this is my last question after this. But the other thing I want to bring up with Stupidity is that the whole conspiracy with you know, this secret society trying to make America dumber. It's kind of funny that popped up in the episode because, you know, nowadays there's all this talk about Russia meddling with certain stuff, and there's stuff about China. And it's kind of weird how that's kind of aged well, but also kind of terrifying.
We got the villains wrong, though. It wasn't the EU, obviously.
And also Britain taking over the EU. Oof, that didn't quite work out.
It was.
Yeah. But it's fine. Can't always.
The EU is warned
by. It's funny. The EU was created to stop Europe from falling into Germany's sphere of influence, and all it did was cause Europe to fall into Germany's sphere of influence.
Paradox.
What? It's true.
What was the other thing I was going to say about it? I totally just remembered something, and I totally just lost it.
And France's, I guess.
Regarding the episode. Oh, man, what was it? Shoot, yeah, I think I lost it.
But yeah, it's totally, if it had been the Russians, then that would have been, you know, prescient.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't he speak Russian? He was cooperating with Russians.
Oh, he did. Oh, so it is
Russian in it, as well as a little bit of Icelandic.
Oh, Icelandic. Oh, shit.
I've actually never found anyone who was able to translate what he was saying in that scene. I haven't gotten the chance yet.
That's because Maurice LaMarche speaks neither Russian.
I want to learn Russian.
What's it?
Russian.
I want to learn Russian.
Were you just saying random Russian words then, Salmonella style?
No, so when he speaks Icelandic, he says "Ich tala ekki íslenskur."
Ich tali ekki íslenskur.
Which means I don't speak Icelandic.
Oh.
And
what was he saying in Russian?
Gosh, I don't even remember. It was just something like, you know, hi, yes, you know.
I like comrade.
It's good.
Okay, hi, or at least the hello. A hi is privyet. Hello is Stratsvutia.
That's what you, yeah. So I took a year and a half of Russian.
Wow.
And
is this before or after Crimea got Putin?
This is back when I was in college. So
okay,
well
before.
Oh, nice. Russian's a tough language to learn.
Yeah, I didn't do it well.
Hey, it's fine, man.
Try to learn how to spell things.
Trying to learn a foreign language is
Oh,
difficult, trust me.
Especially
Well, the alphabet was easy because once
French,
you
German, Russian.
I had to drop out of Spanish class because I couldn't roll my R's.
I was able to get through Spanish, but I will admit, that's actually one of the foreign languages I do want to get back into later on, if I want to become bilingual.
Have you learned? Any of you know Esperanto?
Esperanto?
The international
No, I
language,
don't know
Esperanto.
I'm aware of
Heard of it?
but
I don't know. I can't speak it.
Or there are a couple other international languages, like there's Volapük. If you're one, try that. I don't know.
Esperanto I liked because it was in the Stainless Steel Rat series of books.
Really?
Yeah, the main character speaks it.
Cool.
Like a native, he says.
There are technically kids who grew up with parents who speak Esperanto, so those do exist, but they're not particularly large in number. Okay, Broxham, what was your last question?
Okay, this is my last question. It's a good one. So, Chris, are you excited for the 10th anniversary of Dan Versus coming up in January?
New Year's Day.
Yep, January 2021.
You know, if it wasn't for COVID, I would be trying to. I'd be taking a trip out to Los Angeles and trying to get the crew together and stuff for it. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, at this rate. I mean, who knows? Maybe if the vaccine comes out in October, maybe. But I highly doubt it.
Yeah, but yeah, I am. I wouldn't say excited. I am amazed that it's already been 10 years.
Oh yeah, same here. I'm still blown away that like Adventure Time and regular show are now like 10.
Yep.
And both of those are over too.
Yeah, both those shows. And although Adventure Time is kind of still around if you count Distant Lands on HBO Max. Again, this is not sponsored by HBO Max, but if you like Adventure Time, go watch Distant Lands.
All right. Well, so that was your list. You got it.
Yep. I think that's
Eeny,
everything.
meeny, miny, M9. Oh wait, no, I'm supposed to ask the Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball. Can M95 go next?
CJ, before you, sorry. I just wanted to thank you, Chris. Thank you, man. It was really great to ask you these questions and have this opportunity to join you. As someone who's grown up with Dan Versus, watching it since I want to say since I was like 13, 12.
I only barely let you in, considering you'd only just joined the Discord like a week ago.
No, I've been in the Discord for like a month.
Well, I only noticed you like 5 days ago.
It's fine. I meant to message you a while back, but I kind of got sidetracked with other stuff. So
Anyway, concentrate and ask again, says the Magic 8 Ball. Okay, Magic 8 Ball. Should M95 go next? No, that doesn't make any sense. As I see it, yes, sure. M95, you're up.
All right, cool. All right, so first of all, hey Chris, I'm M95. I produce music. I do vectorization and Flash. I do pretty much a lot of stuff, to be honest. I mean, it's just a Swiss Army of a bunch of shit I've learned for the past years, I guess. But I'm also a person of quality. And one of my questions I wanted to ask was, well, first of all, do you know exactly what went down with the whole releasing to DVD thing for the series? Because there's only been season 1, as far as I know, on DVD. Not the rest, though.
I just assumed it was a rights issue. That's what I've been telling all the people in the in the 4-digit long list of comments I've been posting on Random Dan. Seriously, if you can find a Dan Versus video on YouTube that doesn't have me in the comments section, I'll be there soon.
I think the short answer is they released season 1 and it didn't sell enough, so they did.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking about maybe trying to get one of the smaller DVD houses to do like a limited run for the fans or something. But
maybe instead of seasonal DVDs, you should have gone with like themed DVDs.
I think Shout Factory. Oh, sorry.
Like just like a random assortment of like 7 episodes or something with a random title, like what SpongeBob does.
That'd be a cool callback, kind of like to those to the 2000s when you had all those DVD releases. Like SpongeBob had like Seascape Capers and SpongeBob's Halloween.
I remember I owned Lost at Sea. I watched that on many trip.
I watched a lot of the Cartoon Network Halloween DVD compilations. Those were a lot of fun around Halloween time.
I think they still make them on occasion. DVDs aren't dead yet.
I don't really see them as often, but I do see some DVDs. Like, for example, OKKO and Steam Universe got seasonal releases for, like, their first season.
You gotta release Dan Versus on VHS, Dan Versus on Betamax, Dan Versus on Super 8 1960s film.
You're forgetting about the Supreme format, Laserdisc.
Oh, are you forgetting about the Philips Video 2000 video cassette.
Oh,
Or
God,
what
you're
about
right.
the video now?
Oh,
God.
yes, we got it. We can't forget
How about
that.
the Game Boy
and Game
Advance?
Boy Advance video.
The Game Boy, yeah, the Game Boy Advance video,
Jerk,
like just
Jerk, you're right,
the
man.
entirety of
I
Dan
totally forgot about
versus.
Phil.
Actually, you know what? If you have a Game Boy Advance ROM editor and some Game Boy Advance like blank cartridges, that's perfectly possible. You just need to downgrade the format. So, does anyone feel like doing that?
Unfortunately,
That
have a
would
Game
be an
Boy
interesting
Advance.
project to do.
You want it? It's yours, my friend.
None of this is helping. Shh. Don't shush me. You don't shush me. Nobody shushes me.
Well, that's the first time I've ever been thrown out of a library. You get used to it.
I don't know, Chris Pearson. What would you want to see that Dan versus on Game Boy Advance video?
You know, I just own it on Amazon Prime, and I think that's good.
that's what I'm doing. I'm watching the series on Amazon as well. I still got to buy season 3.
I've watched it through perfectly legit means. Yes.
I
Whistle
can pretty much say
sounds.
that too. Like
Kiss,
I've supported
Kiss video.
and bought some of the episodes, or if not all the episodes, on Amazon because like that's the only place you can see them in
Respect.
quality right now.
Yes, that's
And,
a good job. Just say that, and you will get through the trial
Yep,
fine.
but-
support the official release, please.
Streaming
like-
services, I don't know which one.
I pretty much also have them. I think the rips I have are straight from the Amazon uploads. I only say that because like the native resolution is capped at about 720,
Well, that's weird.
and I'm
Doesn't
pretty
Skull
sure-
Bionicle have like a 4K archive or something?
4K for Bionicle?
SB99, don't you know them? They've been on the Discord for like 6 months. Along with they do some other things.
I had no idea Bionicle was
some
in
other
4K.
things.
Cough, cough.
It's funny I brought up. Oh,
I'm
sorry.
not going to get upset if people, watch the show however they want to watch it. I think I just like it when people find
That's
the show.
not what the cough joke was for, but sure, let's go for that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would like
but-
to find some stuff for Dan versus, but I have no idea where to look.
But
when it comes to
Define
like
stuff.
buying
Define stuff. What are we talking about?
yeah. There's a lot
physical
of stuff.
copies, like physical like memorabilia.
They didn't really make much of that. I think there's a guy on Etsy who's selling the jerk shirts.
Yeah, we had a Zazzle stuff store or whatever, but they never really did merch.
And there was a Flash game on the website, which we found in a Chinese website.
It
We
was.
thought was lost, but
I found it.
thanks to the internet.
Thanks to the glorious People's Republic of China, I'm saying definitely. They definitely aren't in this room with guns. Ha ha ha.
Oh no. Oh no.
They're
which that
definitely
game
not
is
pointing at my
interesting too.
temple.
Like
Possibly a boking accident.
because it was a Flash game and because the show was Flash as well. Like some of the, I feel like some of the legit assets were used for that.
Yes.
At least for some of the, like the pieces, like the animations and all that.
They were.
And I just find that really cool, like how that's
Yeah.
just there. So
No, they used the assets from the show for the Flash game.
Nice.
Oh, also M95. I just wanted to answer your question real quick regarding a physical media release. I actually noticed Shout Factory has been taking a lot of old properties and they're putting them on like DVD collections and stuff like that. Like for example, Gravity Falls, their fan base, they were actually able to send letters to I think one of the executives at
The
Disney.
Daria fandom cried loud enough, and after 15 years, they got a DVD, except, that wasn't exactly ideal. There was some stuff about music licensing, because that was one of
Yeah.
those shows.
Gravity
but,
Falls, though, they were able to get a full series release on both Blu-ray and DVD as part of a full collection, and I think it would be incredible if Dan Versus got the same treatment by Shout
There you
Factory.
go. See, don't bother Dan Angel, bother Shout Factory.
What's Shout Factory? Is that from...
They're a distribution company when it comes to making DVDs and Blu-rays.
Got it, I'll call up my army of Smurfs. You fools, I have 30 alternate accounts.
Like, seriously, that blows me away. Gravity Falls was able to get a full, physical DVD release because the fandoms were demanding Disney, we want this.
So you're saying I need to be loud and obnoxious. Okay, I can
Maybe
do
not,
that.
okay, maybe not obnoxious, but at least loud enough. So that
Got
they
it, I can be loud.
Yeah.
just be a million Dans just yelling in the
just
air.
go to Shout Factory, email the executive and be like, we want a full release.
I'll
of this."
email him with all 1,000 alternate accounts, and also I'll call upon my 350 Discord people, even though I'm pretty sure half of them are dead. Let's not get into that.
Because like no joke, if they put Dan versus on like Blu-ray and DVD from Shout Factory, I'd totally buy it with like.
The
bonus
show would probably have more.
Blu-ray definitely. That would
Correct
be
me
cool.
if I'm wrong, but weren't
Yeah.
at least the first 2 seasons, and I think briefly the 3rd season, all up on YouTube for free on Stars Media's channel, and then they all disappeared?
Yes.
What happened with that? Do you know anything about that, Chris?
No.
The entire show was up in HD on the official Stars Media YouTube channel. I couldn't get season 3 in my region, but
I do
know for a
remember
fact
this.
It was out there.
I do
Season
remember
3 was
this.
out there too, but just not in Canada for some reason. But I think it was either 2015 or 2016, they just took them all down, and I'm not sure why. What's with that? It was after the hub shut down, so that's not it.
Probably. Well, it might be.
No, it was after that. It was 2016, according to the way back. So
Maybe Stars, maybe their license expired or something.
might be.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. For that first question I asked, because I collect a lot of stuff. Like, I have, of course, the first season of the show, and I ripped it. I think it was a couple months ago because it had 5.1 audio, and I love messing with like 5.1 stuff, like, you know, it's got the stereo channels and the center track and all that, and it's really useful for this thing I was trying out. I think someone else started it and actually did more work than I did before me. It was, funnily enough, somebody in the I'm pretty sure that they were in the My Little Pony fandom, because it was a
Urge to
project.
kill. Rising.
We're
It was
sorry,
a-
Jerk. We're sorry. Sometimes MLP is gonna come up. I apologize.
Yeah. It was a project designed to preserve all the voices of the characters, and I think someone, of course, did Dan at some point.
What, you mean like one of those AI voice synthesis
Yeah,
things?
it was trained off of Dan's voice, and it's still out there to try out too. It's just it doesn't sound that convincing because, you know, there's not enough data to work with. It's just the entirety of the usable season 1.
The Homer Simpson one sounded fine.
They should
yeah,
make, you know, that voice on your GPS that tells you which way to go. They should have a Dan version of that.
Yeah.
If you
They've
missed
sold
your
so many different
turn, you know.
GPS voices. There was a Daria one being sold for like a year back in the early 2000s. We need Dan. I need Dan to tell me to turn left, you jerk.
God, I can't imagine.
Turn left, you jerk.
Just-
It's like, and if you
Wrong
don't,
turn,
and if you don't,
jerk.
it's rerouted.
Recalculating.
Like after like 5 minutes, like of recalculating, Dan just goes, "Oh my God, recalculate already!"
I feel like he would be hot-headed enough to. to do,
Jerk,
like,
you know
one
this car
turn.
isn't aquatic, right? That's a bridge.
Or you've reached your destination. Great.
Has to be very. What's the word I'm looking for? Not
Murderous?
very cynical.
Misanthropic.
Or you slam on your brakes. What was that?
Yeah,
for? Keep
misanthropic.
going.
Yeah.
Slam into him.
Kind of like the quote of like from Dan versus the Dine. So drive.
Yeah, just exactly.
Or like after he hits the cyclist.
Dan
Oh,
commits
man.
mass nonocide.
Dude, poor Chris in that episode though. He
Don't
hit a
worry, it's
cyclist.
fine.
The fact that the dude didn't
It's
live,
like,
that's just.
I think we hit a cyclist.
He
He's
is
fine.
not fine.
Like, what?
is
I
not
saw.
fine.
Just the. Are you sure? I saw him get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Actually, I like Ben's role in the dinosaur. That was a fun episode because it's one of the only episodes where Ben gets to be on his own. So that was fun.
Yeah, that was.
Would have been cool to see an episode after during Family Cruise where he shows up to the house and is like, "Where's everyone?"
Yeah, that would have been.
No, just sees Dan tying the chair. I don't want to go to your stupid cruise anyway. Falls. That's when he enters the house.
Oh please, Dan has gotten out of situations worse than that before.
We get a Dan and Ben buddy cop episode, or like a God of War episode, God of War 4. Dan's Kratos,
Kinda like-
Ben is the kid.
Kind of like that one episode from The Simpsons where Homer Simpson and Ned Flanders are working together to stop crime.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You know, it's funny you brought up Simpsons because some of the
Dandy
writers,
deeds done for
think-
free.
Chris, some of the writers on Dan were from The Simpsons, so I guess that probably explains why Stupidity has aged so well. The Simpsons curse of things becoming real has come to Dan versus.
There were no writers from The Simpsons on Dan versus.
Oh wait, what?
Did you
Oh, that's
guys?
weird.
But by the way, I told Dan this on Facebook. The last intact ice sheet in Canada collapsed last month. So
Yeah.
you guys called that.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, so the writers on The Simpsons, the writers on Dan versus, I mean, it was me, Dan, it was Eric and Kirill, who they went on to do Baby Daddy, and now they're working on Sydney to the Max on Disney.
Oh, nice.
And then we had freelance episodes from Brian Turner and Garrett Frawley, who went on to do other animated stuff and do a lot of like Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh, nice.
And Mel Fox did a bunch of freelance stuff, and she's done a lot of episodes for a lot of other stuff. But no, there's been no, other than the fact that we're both at Film Roman, there's no crossover.
Okay, that's probably why, because in the promotional material it said from the creators of The King of the Hill and The Simpsons. So like, yeah.
Yeah, they did Film Roman.
Okay, my apologies, Chris. I'm sorry about that.
If Dan versus gets rebooted, I hope they take the gumball approach and make some more jabs at the fandom.
Yes. Oh, yes. That would be amazing.
Early Dan, me scared.
I will say you're never going to hurt my feelings comparing us to The Simpsons.
Early Simpsons, anyway.
I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess it's more of a compliment because, yeah.
Everything from the first 10 seasons, though. A lot of people think, most people I've talked to say that the principal and the pauper is when Simpsons went downhill. I disagree. Season 10 was fine. It was the Jockey Elves episode. That's when it all went downhill.
Fair enough.
The Principal and the pauper is told to be a very bad episode, but I bet there were some still good episodes after that.
I'm sure they're still making
Yeah. I was randomly at a CD exchange. I was randomly given the 8th season of The Simpsons. It's like
I inherited the 10th season and the first season from a friend.
Oh, nice.
Just random assortment there. Beginning and end of the golden age.
Yeah.
Have any more questions, M9?
Yeah, okay, so my next question, I guess, would be this. What, if any, were the plans for, like, were there any plans to release, say, a soundtrack from the show? And I know that's kind of, it's an interesting question because, it's not like the majority of the music on the show was like, that really warranted a soundtrack, but it's just a curious question because the music is pretty all right. I mean, especially during what was it? Dan versus the high school reunion where they had all the parodies of like the specific like tracks you'd hear at like that kind of like, prom. It was just, specific parodies of particular songs, especially at the end. It was
Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. That was a question I had. Whose decision was it to put that in there?
That would have been our director Brian Sheesley would have been the one who asked for that specific song.
The band and the Ninja Sex Party did a great cover of that song.
Oh, so that's why Ninja Dave stayed in the show.
Oh no.
So
sorry, I gotta go send that idea to someone.
Ninja Dave joins Ninja Sex Party.
I'll tell SB989 about that.
Ninja Brian has new competition.
Okay, I'm sure SB99 would love to hear that.
As far as I know, no plans to release any soundtrack for it.
I totally buy the Dan versus soundtrack. I mean,
I would as well.
I'd pirate it.
Dude, if we can get Steven Universe's full lineup on like iTunes and Spotify, who's to say we can't get Dan versus?
Fair, yeah.
Like I really wish like that there'd be like a CD.
Knowing the internet, there'd
something,
probably be a Nightcore version that got 10 times more views.
Yeah.
Some kind of release like that, like for Dan versus, and also King of the Hill too, because it's like some of the songs they've had in that show, like the cover of what was it? It was Blue Moon over Kentucky.
Huh.
That was covered in one of the episodes where like they formed a bluegrass band, and it was Dale, Boomhauer, Hank, Bill, and I think Connie. They formed a band called the Dale Gribble Bluegrass Experience. And they did a cover of Blue Moon over Kentucky. So
that just reminds me of
I've heard worse band names.
That reminds me of Johnny Mitchell. Or I don't know. It was never mind. Carry on.
But yeah, I mean, you can imagine too, like if the theme song for the show was ever to like be released, that could be like the starter point for the soundtrack.
We'll make sure of that.
But I don't know. That's
it's all part of the grand plan. Step 1, find lost media. Check. Step 2, Get show rebooted. Check.
Wait.
Step 3. Step 4. Profit.
Captain, I just had a great idea. What if the lyrical version of the Dan vs. theme song was included exclusively as a part of the Dan vs. full release soundtrack?
What? No, we were going to release that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
Well,
if you need some extra money, I'm just saying. You know, you gotta make people pay for it on, like, Spotify or iTunes. You want to listen to the full version with lyrics? Gotta go to iTunes.
I also hate the fact that Google Play it, Google Music is shutting down because I don't want to use YouTube Music.
I use Spotify now. Spotify's not bad.
I buy music and I put on an SD card on my phone. How the fuck am I supposed to listen to it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
With a goddamn subscription? Fuck the subscription.
Yeah. Yeah,
Step
Spotify.
47. Get a Zinder Kursk included in reboot.
It's just direct download for Spotify for me if I want to listen to songs offline.
Yeah,
But it
I
is a big
use
library.
I use SoulSeek for that. It's this peer-to-peer software that's still. I think it's an old piece of software that's still alive, and people share music like tons of music. And I pretty much only listen to
Old software being kept alive. Have you ever heard the tragedy of 3D Movie Maker, the long-lasting?
3D printed Dan versus.
I never got to use 3D Movie Maker.
That's the oldest form still running on the internet.
Yeah, it's still going.
It's the Energizer Bunny of programs.
Still going.
Are you sure that just not Windows, not MS-DOS?
You have more questions?
That's pretty much it. I think everything I would have wanted to know, I think, has been covered in the past couple interviews. So, yeah, that should be it. But thank you for answering. It's
Sure. I wish I knew more about some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, before we go on the next one, look at that. Look at the pie chart. It's just sad.
Oh, no.
You don't know what that means because I couldn't fit the whole image in there, but trust me, it is just sad.
I remember seeing the graph.
That's the percentage of Dan versus fanfics by word count, and the 94% are MLP crossovers.
I totally would write Dan versus fanfiction, but because I'm trying to take my screenwriting a little more seriously, I've actually been experimenting, and I've actually written a couple things of Dan versus, but in the screenwriting format. Kind of, it's just that did it over the summer. It was actually a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, when I moved out to LA back in '99, they didn't really have fan fiction, but you were expected to write a spec show.
Fan fiction has been a thing since the 70s.
Right. It wasn't as big a thing, let's say.
It took off at the end of the 90s. And in fact, I think the Daria fandom was partially responsible for that, and then the Harry Potter fandom too. Those two.
Yeah, Harry Potter's a big one. Yep.
And literally Google like fandom shipping on Wiki. They specifically mention the Harry Potter fandom, the Daria fandom, and the Xena fandom all have entire sections on the Wiki.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter definitely Harry Potter.
They're the but Daria actually comes first on out of the three that they mention.
That blows my mind though. Daria of all shows, holy crap!
They had the first ever shipping war, the Dent Dom shipping war.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then the Xena one happened like 6 months after that. Harry Potter came a few years later.
The ship wars have gotten a lot more interesting if you go into certain fandoms. Like, just look at My Hero Academia.
Look at just Google Daria multiverse if you feel bored and you want to question your sanity for a while.
I always
I'm
do.
gonna do that.
What?
I'm gonna do that.
What'd you say, Roxum?
I said I might as well do that.
Okay, sure. You're not asking questions right now. Google either Daria multiverse or Daria Judith, and you'll find an interesting set of stuff. Trust me.
You got it.
Okay. Anyway, M95. Now I'm staring at early Dan and his creepy smile. You got anything else to ask?
Nah, I'm pretty much good on that regard.
Okay. Well, creepy Dan stares me in the face. Chris waits for us to announce, and Broxham has his mind blown. I'd say that we go for the only person who has anything left.
M95, you just changed it again. That's the prototype Dan.
That's fake early Dan.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Magic
Dan.
8 Ball. Should Rafe go next?
Watch it say no.
No.
As I see it, yes.
I started thinking about it. Dan versus console game would actually be a lot
We
of
did all
fun.
get through without anybody getting rejected by the Magic 8 Ball.
It's feeling merciful today.
It's generous.
I was that close to just getting like popped like a balloon. Hi, as you can see, I'm Rafe Lenore. I am mostly known as Ronzak online.
Can you turn up your mic a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit, not too much.
Let me get to the settings. I am still recording this entire call.
Roxham, how's your mind blowing been going?
Wait.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of pages for wikis. I'm seeing fanfic, Daria Multiverse, World Hopper, Alternate Universe, Dark. Oh, good lord.
Okay. How about Broxham? We'll let you tend to that for a few minutes. Now, Rafe, what's your first question?
Okay.
I'm still listening though.
I think I got this good now. Is it good?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I've been like making music, drawing, animating, even making my own. I have a lot of like shows and I've been thought out like Demon Keepers, which is like somebody said like talking about like that, where I like have like 5 characters that just live in a house and have to deal with the political world while like humans and demons live in the same place. It's weird. But talking about that sense of like show writing, do you think it's important for a show to have an overarching continuity, not just an episodic continuity?
You know, that's really depends on who you're trying to sell it to, right?
Yeah, I'd say it depends on genre too. Like
Yeah, because I remember in the episode of Dan versus the Monster Under the Bed, he goes to Canada.
Wait, what did you say? It sounded like you said Dan versus the Monster Method.
Monster Under the Bed.
That would have been a good episode, though.
Turn up Linkin Park.
Dan versus Florida Man. Dan versus Florida Man.
Dan is the Florida Man, just that in Canada.
Dan
but
versus
like
the Florida Man would be incredible.
Yeah.
Have you seen all those news articles that come out about crazy men from Florida?
Yeah.
Oh man, Dan would totally just like have a field day with those.
Eddie Dan was really born in Florida all along, just like Chris was born in Harrisburg.
Dan wears a shirt. He can't be Florida Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Guess we'll have to let Tommy Vercetti handle that.
because when Dan goes to Canada, he comments on how Canada didn't recover from the avalanche back when he and Chris in episode Dan versus Canada destroyed the glacier.
Dan heals
causing,
very fast. His great-great-grandfather might have been Wolverine or something. He was
Okay.
202, you know.
That was all right. That was good. Here's my next one here. How did you feel when I have like 2 up here? How did you feel when the show won 2 awards?
Oh, the Emmys, yeah.
So the show, we got nominated for Daytime Emmys twice for the show as a whole. Our directors won for Best Directing, and that was super exciting, although actually they were on different nights, so I wasn't there the night that our directors won.
So
next night when we lost to George Lucas for Best Special Class Animated Picture.
Damn you, George Lucas! Not again.
It was Daytime Emmy Award 2013 for Outstanding Directing in an Animated Program.
Remember the South Park episode
and
with George Lucas?
Was that
and it was also Kids Screen Award 2014 for Best Animated Series.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, the Kids Screen Award. So it was funny. I didn't even know we were nominated for a Kids Screen Award. And somebody came into my office and said, "Hey, you guys won a Kids Screen Award." And I was like, "Oh, great."
Did you ever get nominated for a KCA?
I don't know what that is. So probably not.
The only downside,
nominated for the Kids' Choice Awards.
The only downside, if you got nominated for a KCA, SpongeBob would just hog it.
Yeah,
like he always does.
Not true. He's lost once since the show came out.
Right, Loud House.
Oh, has that happened since then? I was referring to his 2008 lost Avatar.
Oh, wait, really? Oh, Avatar. Okay, Avatar makes sense because Avatar is a fantastic
So see,
show.
it's not rigged. Just because every year since 1991 a Nickelodeon cartoon has won. It was Rugrats every year, then it was SpongeBob every year, and Avatar and Loud House both took one.
Okay, because I feel bad because like Gravity Falls was nominated one year and it didn't win, and I just got super upset.
Nothing that wasn't Nickelodeon has won since 1991, and even before that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had won 5 years on the row, and that narrowed on Nick sometimes.
Yeah, I think Uncle Grandpa actually did a parody of the KCA in one of their episodes where they had a whole crossover.
Uncle Grandpa won everything. I've seen that clip, and
Yeah,
only 2 of those awards made sense.
They had to have been parodying KCA, SpongeBob winning every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, but when I was I was following the Daytime Emmys from home on my phone, and when I saw that the directors had won, I freaked out a little bit. I was really happy for them.
Great.
I was sad that Curtis never won. He got nominated
for voice actor.
For voice actor in 2013, and didn't win. And I always thought he is. Just in general, Curtis is undervalued as a tremendous actor and voice actor.
Oh, he is. Yeah,
he did a great job as He did a great job as Dan.
Yeah, I love Dan.
He does other voices too. Like, what's that one kid from?
Snot.
Snot.
American Dad.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell it when he was screaming.
He uses the same voice for every. He's one of those voice actors who uses pretty much the same voice for all his characters. So
Like the voice actor
have
for-
essentially the same voice.
Like the voice actor for Kronk and Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Well, he's kind of like Jay Miller, and then he's got a fantastic voice that he doesn't try to do other voices, you know?
Oh,
I-
yes,
I do
fantastic.
I guess now it also could be a good time to bring up, what's her name? The voice actress for Elise. You guys?
Paget Brewster.
Paget Brewster.
Paget,
yeah.
yes. She's actually been doing a lot of good work recently. Like oh man, I just totally lost her name. What's her name? Della on DuckTales. She's Della Duck on DuckTales right now, which is incredible.
She is,
Yeah.
in real life, she is about the fun. Like, we were working with Dave Foley, who's a comedy and sketch comedy hero of mine from way back.
And
And,
he's a Flick from Bug's Life.
yep. And Paget is, in real life, just as funny as Dave Foley. She's just got this incredibly dry, smart sense of humor. She's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see Paget still doing work, and I really love her work as Della on DuckTales. Seriously.
You know, just all those guys, they'll all work forever because they're really talented. And
yeah, it's good. I like that. It's good. It's good to hear.
I actually have been hired as a voice actor for a show that I didn't create, and
Oh, really? Was this?
It's called Noble Blood. We're still trying to get the first episode done, but I'm actually also making the music since the person who was supposed to basically the creator. And there's that squirrel again.
One of the people in my Discord
the
has been
squirrel's
helping
back.
Dan with his new project.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Dan Mandel?
Yeah.
Really? That's cool.
He has some new project or something, and one of the people in my Discord is doing art for him or something.
Oh, really?
There's that squirrel again out there.
You guys didn't know about that? Did he not tell you? He DM'd me that.
I
didn't know Dan was working on a new project. Holy crap! That's
I think I knew that. I think you may have told. I think somebody.
He has some
may have told
comic
me.
thing or something planned upcoming, and Born Salty's been doing some art for him.
That's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully they get some traction.
Yeah. I also made the theme song for the show, and I think I called the song "When the Anchor Broke," or I think something
Okay,
when we lost anchor.
Broxham, your gray matter is still intact, yes?
Yeah, I was looking at the Daria wiki. Dude, this puts Rick and Morty to shame.
I warned you. I tried to warn you. It's.
Once I saw the numbers going to the 1,000, I was like, I gotta stop.
Okay.
The Daria reboot needs to reference that multiverse in some way. They need to.
I don't
That'd
see
be
how
incredible.
they do that.
Honestly, I think it'd be
Okay.
hysterical if they had a whole episode based around that concept. I think it'd be funny.
I don't know. The Daria fandom probably wouldn't mind. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while.
I know that.
I may have accidentally caused the Daria fandom to split in half after some Stalin memes got a little out of hand.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Long
That's not
story. I made a joke about that in the top 10 list. It's the truth though. It happened.
Okay.
good. Yeah.
So.
Enough about this.
My
Maxim,
third,
you should probably stop looking into that before your brain melts.
Yeah, don't worry. I stopped minutes ago.
okay. My third question was already answered, kind of way. Like, if the show had a fourth season, what were episode ideas or general ideas, like characters, episode topics, and locations?
Actually, I would say to that there's sort of in reference to your first question. I would have wanted to have more of an overarching story. Going
Excellent.
nice.
Perfect. I've got one line right here. It involves chemical weapons, a governmental conspiracy, the EU, Russia, and the imposter becomes an insurance guy who tries to frame Dan for human trafficking. Just hire me whenever you want.
I'll keep that in mind.
I may
Nice.
have just spoiled some upcoming stuff in my fanfic.
I like to have an overarching story. Sometimes there might be multiple that end up happening, kind of like what people would call arcs.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
Like
that's what I'm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with like Demon Keepers.
Yeah. Well, for us, we we never knew what was going to get approved week after week, and so we didn't want to set something up and then have the finale.
They saved the weird stuff for the deleted scenes.
So what we do is we try to be retroactively consistent, but if we'd gotten a fourth season, I would have wanted to say, okay, here's the overarching plot of this season, and then each one will be a standalone episode that fits into that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like
can see
there
that
are some
working out.
characters that were set up to possibly return, maybe like the dentist or
Yeah, Dennis,
obviously you
Imposter
said
Dan,
yeah, and
Boss.
possibly
Oh,
the
Tyra.
boss.
And Tyra, too, the T-Rex.
You're just listing the ones I named in my top 10 video.
I know, but everyone forgets about Tyra.
Yeah,
I
Tyra is
didn't.
great,
I
too.
remembered her.
Well,
I
thank you.
did as well.
You get a round of applause for actually remembering Tyra the T-Rex.
I could never forget her, and it definitely wasn't because I had just read a unfinished Dan versus fanfic where she was a character. That's definitely not it.
I
Obviously,
feel like she'd probably be one of the
Haunted-
more difficult ones to bring back, though, because she was stuck on a deserted island. Like,
They found a way to do it in a fanfic. They turned her into a human.
Maybe.
What?
Dan versus Science. It's like the 20th most longest Dan versus
Oh,
fanfic,
God.
which is third if you don't count MLP fics.
I don't know. I was kind
Okay.
of thinking Tyra would come back like kind of like Lost World, Jurassic Park, where she'd be put on a ship again and be sent back to L.A. in some way,
Obviously, we need to get her to fight Godzilla.
or that too. That'd be amazing.
Okay, here's this one. How much were the main characters based on you and Dan? I found out that at least with Dan, it didn't just share his name because of lactose intolerance, but what about you?
I would say a lot more than you'd think. What are the... okay, yeah, Dan, he's really lactose intolerant. There are some other things like... I'm trying to think what would be a good chat-friendly example. Well, for me, I can tell you that...
example. Mandel's already destroyed the standards for that. Should I mention the deleted scene yet?
Oh no.
So,
Oh god.
here's what I'll say. For me personally, I really am married to Elise.
Yeah, we've seen her. Yeah.
Yep. She's actually a swing dancer. She was anyway. She's
Nice.
she's a medical.
That fits with Elise's character of wanting to dance.
Yeah,
Right.
fits.
She really did grow up traveling. Her parents were State Department, so like she grew up all over the world. She's not actually a
Oh, that's
ninja.
awesome.
For me,
As far as you know.
as far as I know. For me, I absolutely
Everyone
do
has
have
their
an
secrets.
appetite. I have eaten inorganic things by accident without noticing.
Oh
Uh,
no.
Like sometimes a rapper gets involved. There's like you just kind
Okay, yeah. It's happened to all of us.
Yeah.
It's happened to me too. It happens to all of us.
To quote an Arcade Fire song, we all got things to hide.
The Canada story. I actually do have an ancestor who fled Canada after attempting to axe murder the whole him wandering into the woods and coming
Yep.
back.
Yeah, don't
Yep, I
don't
read this
worry.
last
You,
interview.
Somebody
my,
tell BuzzFeed that. That could get the show some attention.
my family like
Dan versus BuzzFeed,
history
make it happen.
back then. My family has a murder suicide in it, so
Yeah,
Oh,
different
no.
times. Let's see what else. This is not a great story, but I actually did hit a guy on a bike in my car once, which is really
Oh, God.
no!
I was almost hit by a car while I was waiting for the bus one day, and I was standing in my driveway, and here I hear a vroom go past the bus, and then was going to my driveway. I had to jump back, and I was so close to getting hit, and then drove past another car. I, as a person, can be very spiteful with idiots like that. I really wish he crashed.
So for me, there's a guy biking in the passing lane of a 3-lane street, and it was 2:00 in the morning, and it was foggy, and he was fine, but like that came from somewhere real, and actually
Yeah.
a pretty striking number of things from that are based on the real Dan and Chris and Elise.
Yeah, like sometimes life moments can really inspire writing, and that's
OC,
I've
Chris,
seen-
do not steal.
What's that?
I've
He said, "OC, do not steal, Chris."
yeah, like I
Username
obviously
Chris. OC, Chris. Definitely not self-insert.
I've obviously like with the characters I've written, like the characters I've made, like some of them have are musicians. Some of them had like a family member not be in their lives for years on end, and then randomly come back in their life. That happened to me,
Right.
and I wrote that for the character Race, which is one of the 5 main characters for game characters, the one that owns the house. Like everybody else lives in there. He's
Yeah.
like, fine, I'll give you a house, but geez, Louise, this is a weird life.
If I ever got that Dan 3D model, got taken care of it with GTA thing and a few other things, I have some vague outlines for a GTA Essay Machinima series with Dan, that would have been, as my brain thought line interpreted it, something along the lines of, what's it called? Give me a sec. I have it in my notes right here.
It's funny you bring up Dan versus GTA because Uncle Al, he's a YouTuber that does voice impressions of cartoon characters. He did a whole video of Courage in GTA, and it's hysterical.
Okay. I remember there's like an idea that me and my brother had, who he's in prison, but like most likely gonna get out of next year.
Okay,
He's
okay,
like,
okay. It would have been like Dan versus GTA San Andreas Machinima little short series that would have been along the lines of the Gaming Lemons old Machinimas mixed with SMG4 mixed with Sonic for Hire.
Oh,
nice!
Nice.
Nice! Those last two are great.
Nice. Got some nice picks in there. Nice.
But it's like we had an idea where we could like.
If
make
you want to
all
know what I would have done with it, it would have started with Dan. It would have just Dan would have accidentally blown up the entire cast of GTA San Andreas and been forced to work with the blind Chinese guy for a little bit. And then eventually he would have ended up killing him, and then I'd slowly get more he'd have to break Invader Zim out of Area 51, and it would end with him. Elise would have been the villain, and it would have ended with him. Oh yeah, and there would have been a cameo from Mazinder Kursk, except in this universe he gets murdered pretty quickly, unfortunately, because I got a cameo of my boys. Elise is the villain. They kill her, and then Dan. Some characters show up, like Dan gets hired to assassinate Eric Cartman because he has a 3D model easily available. I just basically just throw crap at the wall, see what sticks. I was gonna have Dan in the end run off with stalking.
Okay.
Stalking for panty and stalking?
Yes, I shipped that.
Holy crap! Okay, it's funny. I actually had an idea a couple years back for a panty and stalking and Dan versus crossover, and I think
Somebody already wrote that.
I read it. It's actually not bad. Actually, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, like
I have a few minor problems.
Yeah. Me and my brother wanted to make like a series on like Grand Theft Auto 5, and it would be kind of like similar to Red versus Blue.
Oh yeah, Red versus Blue. That's a great show.
Yep.
I remember watching that growing up a little
Like,
bit of it.
I remember watching it too. Like,
Red versus Blue is the second longest running web series.
I know it's impressive.
Isn't the
Can anyone guess what's first?
Props to Rooster Teeth.
What?
Isn't it Edgeworld?
No.
Edgeworld is a good guess though.
That's in the top 10. I was looking for Homestar
It can't be.
Runner.
Oh yeah, I was about to say Homestar Runner. It was going through my lip.
Yeah, it's Homestar Runner. Yep.
Does Chris know what Homestar Runner is?
Yes.
Okay,
Nice.
that's like just turned 20, I think, or something.
Okay.
Jesus.
Here's my-
Homestar Runner's been around way longer than I expected.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's been running continuously since 2000, but the first short technically dates back to like 1996 or something.
Whoa. Okay, never mind.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, they had a book, like a comic book type thing made in 1996. Then they made 2 shorts in 1999, and then they started full time in 2000.
Nice.
Jesus.
All
wow.
right. We got.
Props to the Homestar Runner creators. God damn.
Yeah.
The Homestar Runner fan base. Well, it's not the most insane I've seen. I've seen some insane fandoms. You know what I'm talking about now.
Oh yeah,
but...
we've all had our experiences. Trust me.
And even the Invader Zim fandom did some complicated stuff a while. I mean, okay, the Invader Zim fandom didn't go full DC Comics like the Daria fandom did, but they have their own unique flair to them.
Mm.
Other than the fact, I think the Invader Zim fandom has way too much yaoi. They need to cut back on that a bit.
I always thought Invader Zim fandom was kind of like more on the edgy goth side. Maybe
They
back
have.
in my...
I counted 82% of the fanfics are some sort of shipping, and it's about half of that's yaoi.
Okay.
And fandom, it's not as bad as the Dan versus fandom. You don't want to see our statistics on that front. It's not good, trust me, especially if you eliminate the MLP stuff.
Oh my God.
Someone create the Ohio meme. Wait, it's all yaoi. Wait, it's all yaoi. Always has been.
Always has been.
Always has been.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but I'm the guy
Also-
with the gun there. I'm gonna take care of this problem.
Okay, M95, I just noticed your profile pic change. You son of a bitch.
I'm the first one that noticed it. It fits so well too.
Someone needs to just do an edit where Dan's face is over Corey.
Okay.
Or reanimate Corey in the House's intro with Dan.
We need to reboot Corey in the House, except the entire cast has been replaced by Dan.
Oh God. It gets.
It's like those random like progressive ads where it's just the one who plays Flo and as all the
We
characters.
need to reboot Thundercats War. Wait, no, you can't reboot Ren and Stimpy. That's controversial.
Well, no, Ren and Stimpy is getting rebooted. It's coming on Comedy Central.
People are complaining, I mean.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
the only
Yeah.
it's mainly because of associated with John Kay, but he's not a part of it anymore. He's long gone.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a Clarence and Uncle Grandpa crossover, but they canceled that when the creator of
That
Clarence
actually,
did some
yeah,
stuff.
because that I know about because they foreshadowed it in the Steven Universe Uncle Grandpa crossover.
And it got canceled when Skylar Page did some bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the show didn't actually get canceled. It continued for.
I mean, the crossover got canceled. They didn't
Okay,
want to.
crossover, yeah.
They wanted to cut association.
Yeah.
Same reason why the Loud House SpongeBob crossover was canceled when the Loud House's creator got canceled.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm okay,
But,
here's
okay,
my-
here's a quick trivia. Can any of you name the one show SpongeBob's had a crossover with?
Big Time Rush.
Correct.
Do it.
You get a
Of course.
prize.
Thank you.
You get this imaginary cookie.
I remember that episode because Paget just shows up out of nowhere and they have to help him find a treasure.
okay.
Never actually seen
I
that,
never-
but I know it exists.
Yeah, you can find it on Twitter or YouTube. People have posted it.
If I'm correct, Dan versus the Family Cruise was slated as the finale, right?
None of the season finales were the actual season finales. Dan versus Dan was the real season 1 finale. Dan versus Chris was the real season 2 finale, and Dan versus the Family Cruise was the real season 3 finale.
Yeah,
I think,
but
I
in
think James
episode
was the one
order,
that actually
but,
made it as a finale, like in terms of episode order.
but an episode order error happened, and Dan versus Summer Camp ended up being the final episode aired.
Yep.
Was that a
Some
bit-
shows like the production order of the episodes is actually like public knowledge, like SpongeBob, so that's how they rank them. They don't rank them by airing order, but with other shows like The Simpsons, they mess that up all the time, and we don't generally know the production order till later.
Yeah.
I can't blame
So-
Simpsons though. They've got.
I've
so
asked
many
Chris,
seasons
and while we
by
know a
this
few
point.
details, I still don't know the full. I'm hoping that somebody has a list of the full episodes in production order so we can watch them as originally intended, but I doubt that.
Which finale do you prefer, and were you at all disappointed with the error?
Well, so here's the deal. With Family Cruise, we got some last-minute network notes that I kind of feel weakened the ending of it. So I think the way that we had it written, I would have preferred that as the finale. But as it worked out, I think I'm actually happier with the Dan versus Summer Camp.
Yeah, they both fit in their own way. I love that last big
Season
scene.
3 worked out. Season 1 and 2, not so much. Those only really had one episode that would have worked as the finale, and they both got messed up.
So for that one climactic scene when they're going into the what is it, like the parallelogram?
Yeah.
What is it? The
Vortex. Yeah,
Vortex.
the
Time
vortex
vortex.
parallelogram.
the Catalina parallelogram.
Catalina parallelogram. That scene is one of the most beautiful ones I've seen in the cartoon because it's
You want to know what grinds my gears? How the heck did Carla get away from the portal in like a little rowboat? I'm pretty sure that force of water drain suction that would have dragged. I don't think rowboats have that much torque to them.
Well, yeah, I don't know the answer to that. You know what's funny about the
Like she only got out like a couple hundred feet behind the edge. Suction probably would have taken her in.
maybe she did get sucked in. I don't know.
No, I've can't have people getting sucked into portals willy-nilly. I've seen where that led in the Daria fandom, and trust me, we don't want to go there.
I already went through it.
So that scene was directed and boarded, I think, by Brian Sheesley, who, it's funny because one of our production people said, she's like, I've seen 2 scenes in cartoons that have made me tear up, and it was that one and this one in Futurama that Brian had also done.
The dog?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Jurassic
That
Park.
episode.
Oh, geez.
No.
Jurassic.
So same guy.
That episode is such a hard
same
one to
director
do.
there.
Yeah, because that was well executed. That scene was very well executed. Both scenes were executed so well.
Yeah, that was actually kind of emotional watching all the diverse characters coming together in those final moments.
Yeah, it's like I work for a society, or remember what was it, like I work for like a secret organization, and then Elise Senior says I work.
He's number 6 on the FBI most wanted list, but she's actually 5 because the other guy suffered an unfortunate accident.
Yeah. You're the lady? Good job, Mom. And she's like, well, I have a secret too. I'm an alien that was cured, that was sent here to enslave the human race. Really? No, I just wanted to be included.
I do remember that.
So yeah, Brian Sheesley, in addition to the daytime Emmy he won for directing Dan Versus, he's got like 3 primetime Emmys and 4 other daytime. Like he's just a really talented director. So it makes sense that that he does good work, right?
Yeah. Somebody already asked. Do you know if there is anywhere to get the show's OST? We kind of already answered that we don't know. And then I already asked the question of do you remember whose decision it was?
So does everyone ask their questions?
The last one I have that maybe you could just flesh out a question someone asked was, what was your thoughts on the imposter as a character?
Okay, so like I said, I sort of saw the imposter as a, drifter, bounce from town to town. Like I said, as far as his backstory, I really like the Hitcher idea, where he, if you ask him where he's from, he'll say Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
I think he's probably an orphan. He's probably been looking for a place to fit in his whole life, and his sociopathic nature has probably prevented him from forming strong bonds with people. And
I'm pretty sure he's a psychopath.
Oh,
Dan's
he definitely is.
If he wasn't like the way he was, I could
actually
see
no.
him,
Dan is BPD. I guess we.
Yeah.
figured.
If the imposter wasn't the way that he was, like with all those symptoms, I feel like with his type of humor, I would have gotten along with him well.
Well, here's the thing. I think that on some level, he just he can't form attachments. Like you'd probably get along.
I
with
knew a person like that once in another Discord. I left that Discord.
It seems like maybe like a type of mania, which I do suffer from mania, ADHD. My mother suffers from another form of mania, bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
So, it feels like a bit of mania.
So what I think is that he's probably looking for a family and community and friend group, and he wants all the things that he sees on, Toll House Cookie commercials or whatever.
Yeah.
But he has never formed the necessary attachments, so he tries to take it from other people, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, if I were to come up with a backstory for him right now, I would assume that he's an orphan, bounced around foster care, and again, like, just never found his people, and so that's why he's trying to
pursue others.
Okay, I can make use of that. That doesn't interfere with any of my plans of him becoming an insurance guy and Dan accidentally burning down his country, and then he frames Dan for. It's a long story.
Well, my main concern was not to interfere with your fanfic, so.
Okay, perfect. I've got the creator in my puppet box here. It's all. It's all coming together.
Like I have a lot of like when I wanted to explain for like Demon Givers is like with the character of Pearson, which ended up being I think my favorite character I've written, Madison Pearson, because she has this nonchalant energy, but it comes from a place of weakness because of her past, how she was abused by a previous relationship that broke her.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to have a family, so that's kind of like with the character of Satan in the show actually being a nice guy and understanding. He's like because he's always busy, he asked if Pearson could watch over his kids, which are like two kids that aren't even teens yet. Like one is 8 and one is 10-ish, because there's a joke where they don't know when he was born because Satan accidentally dropped the birth certificate in the pits of Tartarus. It's just so basically she just watches over them, kind of like what she never got to have was a family like that. Obviously she has a family, but she didn't get to raise a family.
Right.
Okay, so has everyone asked all their questions?
Yeah, I think those were my last questions.
Okay, then I guess it's time for closing statements and future plans.
It was nice talking, by the way, and I never thought I would ever do an interview or be a part of an interview. So
yeah, I originally wanted to bring one of the OGs here, Rage Machine, but they're in Germany or Austria, so the time zones didn't really work out.
Yeah, right now it's 2:20 p.m. for me, and I'm still sweating because
I limited it to people who were in the New World. If I had to factor in someone from Austria, the time zones wouldn't have really worked out.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices.
It's about 11 where I'm at right now.
Okay, so anyway, future plans here. I'm gonna take the lead here, guys, but feel free to. Me and Chris are gonna take the lead on this one, but you guys feel free to add if you have anything to say.
Okay.
Okay, so first off, obviously, in the near future, I think we're just going to continue what we've been doing. I've got a few YouTube playlists of Dan versus videos I have to go comment surfing on, let's call it. That should be done soon. We're trying to buff up the member ranks a little bit. And we've been working on the new Dan versus wiki, the hybrid wiki, where you put both the canon and the fanon in the same wiki. To get more people writing fan fiction, because that technique worked really well for the Daria fandom. Very well.
Yeah, I gotta make.
Roxham, you know what I'm talking about now.
Yep.
I gotta make
It worked
my own
very
Mirror's.
well.
Yes.
I gotta make my
Maybe
own
a little
Mirror's
too
to get
well.
work.
Maybe a little too well.
Yeah. For me, I have to work on a mirror yeast so I can get used to how it's done to help with the like. I agreed to work on like the episode pages.
Then we're going to once we get that taken care of, we're going to see if we can talk to Dan Angel about that thing. See if we can tell him like, hey, you've got 350 here people who will give you support if you want to make a pitch. We'll sign a petition. We'll
Shout Factory. We need a physical release of Dan versus full series.
We'll start a hashtag.
Yes.
Or something. We'll start hashtag reboot Dan versus, because honestly, you want to know what? When I started this thing, that was my long-term end goal. Meet the creator, get Dan versus rebooted, and I've done one of those two things.
Yeah.
I gotta put this manpower to work, and we gotta get this show rebooted, Morty.
we gotta get the show rebooted, Morty. Sorry.
Yeah, we've got your back on that one.
Fantastic.
And, what else was like? Oh yeah, and as for you, this will probably be the last interview. But two things. First of all, I'm hoping that I can get a chance to speak with Mandel, so he can answer some of his stuff he knows.
The Almighty God.
I want the full uncut version of that Hortense backstory.
Oh no.
No matter how dark it is, I mean,
I'm not ready for it, man.
The only person he told that to, apparently he didn't tell you about that.
Not that I remember.
Well, apparently he told Pan Pizza for some reason.
Okay.
That's the only reason we know. He told Rebel Taxi.
We need to get Rebel Taxi on here. Either that or
I've been trying to. I've been in his Discord for 6 months trying to find my opportunity, but it hasn't been working.
I
don't know. Maybe if you can find a way
I've
to,
got SB99 and Defoffilizer. What more do you? And I've got Josh Scorcher. What more do you want?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Rebel Taxi, I feel like I know he has his podcast. So
I had Flufflepuff for like a hot week.
Oh, really? You had Mike.
Flufflepuff.
Dan of the Hill. God damn it.
I like that.
All right, I'm texting Dan right now to let him know that you guys want him on for an interview.
Yes. Woo!
Excellent.
Nice.
I've been.
Hey, no pressure though. If you need time to play, it's totally okay. No.
yeah, but I'm just saying. Wait, what are you texting him?
Because I get it. Hollywood's a busy industry, so we want to make sure we respect it.
Yeah, we need I need some forewarning of when we want to talk. But yes, I need to ask him some questions, and I'd want you two to put your heads together so we can get the full version of that theme song released.
And a Shout Factory. And we got to contact Shout Factory so we can get a full physical release of the series.
Yes, we got to do that.
We got a long to-do list.
So
in the
much to
future,
do.
Chris, I believe you said something like maybe you might be willing to do co-creator of Dan Versus reviews Dan Versus fan art. Co-creator of Dan Versus does a reading of a Dan Versus one-shot. That type of thing.
That sounds like fun.
This sounds interesting.
Excellent. I know you guys would like that.
Oh, he just texted him.
Dan said the Discord people would very much like you to participate in a Zoom interview. I'll see if
Yeah, that'd be fun, man.
The only reason why I have Zoom is because of this interview, and I'm gonna have to keep it on this laptop anyway.
I still need to use.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason.
Okay, if Dan wants to do an interview at some point in the future, we'd be happy to.
Yeah, I have online classes, so I still got to use Zoom.
What time
regardless.
zone is Dan in anyway?
He's on the East Coast.
Okay.
Okay, East Coast. Got it.
So, at some point in the future we'll do that, but now we have a general direction of the people we need to talk to in the future, because, like, you were our first big, technically our first big goal was finding the Flash game, and then it was finding you.
Yeah.
So, but now we've got something new to do in the future, because we're kind of running out of lost media to look for, so, and I'm running out of places to dredge up new members, and Rebel Taxi still hasn't responded to any of my messages yet, so... this gives us something to push forward towards.
At this point,
fandom needs some
Super Chats
unity
might be one
goals.
of our only best options for Rebel Taxi. Just pay them. Just be like, hey,
I'm already throwing money at Josh Scorcher, so you guys are gonna have to fund that one on your own.
I don't know.
I already sent 300. I'm gonna be sending $300 to Josh Scorcher so he can make that review of the show.
Maybe if Rebel Taxi's DM's open, maybe we could try to message him there.
I've tried. That doesn't work out.
Never mind.
I
don't want to pester him, but like at the very least, maybe just ask him.
I have no shame in pestering. It's how I get half my members.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe that's good then. Is everyone good with going now?
Wait. There's actually one last thing I wanted to bring up too. That was really funny that I remembered. Baseball.
Okay.
There was that scene where they're in the cafe and they see the news report. You get the real life picture.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Curtis and
Yes.
Dave. I love that scene.
It was great.
I love that too. I thought that's really.
Yeah.
I got some colored vinyl.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
This is
Those mugshots were drawn by one of our. They started as a PA and then became a board artist on the show.
yeah, that's such a cool little Easter egg because I know that was Curtis and Dave, and it was a nice little in joke. I like it when shows do that. I think the only show that's gone more meta than that is Chowder, with the whole episode where they literally were like, "No money means no animation." That was
yeah.
cool.
No,
Chowder was the king of that.
Chowder was great. Chowder and Amazing World of Gumball are the kings of those shows that just break your mind.
Yeah,
with the fourth
Chowder.
wall.
Oh man, with that episode, I think that was one of the first times as a kid where I was totally mind blown by the fact of holy crap.
I'm just
these are real
looking for my
people voicing
webcam
these
so I can
characters.
fulfill that promise.
Oh, boy.
I've been collecting
Checking for the
records
webcam to fulfill that
I think
promise.
for a few years. Like this might be the third or fourth. I started in
nice.
April. I started on the 1st of an April month, which is just a perfect
In April
timing.
month.
For like the first day on April, like a few years ago, and I thought, no, this has to be some.
April
It's
Fool's.
not a
Okay.
joke.
Oh, hi, Kirby.
It's not a joke. I still have my first record player. Throughout those years, I tried to take care of it, and I had, I think,
one of my buddies has
over
a
100
Bluetooth
records.
vinyl record player. Speaking
Nice.
of vinyl, both Steven Universe's soundtracks actually been on vinyl, and at one point, the regular show creators were thinking about putting the series on Laserdisc at one point.
Great. Also, I
And
don't
versus
know,
on VHS might be a possibility yet.
I also like. I think my most
That'd be awesome.
rarest
Did
one
you
I
know
have.
that the news stations were still using Betamax until like 2 years ago?
What?
Also,
Are you kidding?
Sony only just stopped making blank Betamax tapes in 2019.
What?
Oh.
Hi, Kirby.
And they still make blank VHS tapes.
Awesome.
Nice.
I want to
Nice.
get it on VHS. I was like the last generation that grew
yeah.
up watching VHS tapes. I
No,
remember.
I was the last generation.
Dude,
I have like 1,000 taped episodes of Sid the Science Kid from my childhood.
Oh, dude, I was born in 2000 when I watched VHS growing up.
I vividly remember being in a hospital because of like
Okay,
health problems I was
just
having and
warning,
watching.
the mic on it sucks, so I'm not gonna try to speak when I use it. Give me a sec.
Okay.
And just watching the night, like not the Nightmare Before Christmas, the day before, Day Before Time, over and over
Land
again.
Before Time? Land Before Time.
Land Before Time.
I
yeah.
watched that on VHS as well. I watched
think-
a lot of Disney growing up, a lot of Disney stuff on VHS.
I try to avoid it. I
Disney.
watched a lot of like Science Channel and Wipeout. I think
Oh, really? Wow. Why?
the rarest record I own, like the most expensive one I have, is The Mamas and the Papas, if you can believe your eyes and ears.
Yeah. Oh, I also had a couple Nick Jr. stuff growing up on VHS and DVD, especially Blue's Clues. Blue Clues was the shit.
Blue's Clues.
Oh, hell
Does
yeah.
anybody remember? Does anybody remember The Land Before Time? Not The Land Before Time. Sorry. Does anybody remember the Upside Down Show? That's what I meant to say.
Upside down. What?
Yeah.
No.
I remember
remembers
the
this.
Flash game.
There was a Flash game for the Upside Down Show.
Yeah, there was, and you got
Also,
to like
guys-
make your own thing. You got to like draw like anything. I think.
I
And they would
missed
interact
that
with it.
show so much. It only got one season though.
Yeah. Oh, guys, look who it is. What's up, dude? Oh, you
You
got some
got-
headphones.
Kneel before your captain.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting a webcam myself. It's coming in
That's
later
the
for
gaming
my
center
school,
back
but
there.
like, it's not coming in until
Is it
Friday.
coming in with my actual mic or the webcam mic?
Let's
Yeah,
find out. Move it away from your
actual
mouth
mic.
while I'm talking.
Okay, so
Oh,
It's
okay,
coming from your mic.
Headphone mic, yeah, headphone mic.
okay, go. This one sounds good. See, okay, there. Now you've seen Captain Jerk.
Okay.
Yeah,
You'll
me?
probably next interview you'll probably see me because I'll have my webcam by that point.
I don't know why I had my like camera on the entire time. Now I could see me as a sweaty mess. Help.
No, dude, it's fine. It's fine, dude. It's fine. You got
Not
confidence.
exactly the picture of cleanliness.
If
But...
you can show yourself on camera, you got confidence, man. Only downside.
I have a lot of confidence. For a person who suffers from autism, I have a lot of confidence.
I can
Ah, dude,
see
yeah,
that.
dude, yeah, don't worry. I've
Oozes
got a
from
developmental
you.
disorder myself. I know it's like.
Yeah,
I
autism is a
I
fun
went-
thing to live with.
I went through.
Chris,
OT
wait, Chris,
occupational-
what were
I
you
went through
saying?
occupational
I was
therapy.
just saying, I actually got to get going here.
Okay, see you, Chris. Then
sorry.
thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you for your time.
When I leave,
Thank
Let me just unplug this thing.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. It's been an honor, man.
Yes, yes, it has been.
It's been a great
Really
experience.
is.
I've not had like the information I needed for what I need. So, but you
Yes.
gave information that I did.
The Dan
ask for
versus
all of us.
fandom has many privileges that other fandoms don't have. We've had contact with the creators. We have lost media to look for. We have a future of a reboot to work towards.
Yeah.
Now then,
And
who
hopefully
wants
a
to get
physical-
out there and write some fan fiction?
Definitely me.
So mint.
And also hopefully a physical release on Shout Factory. Hopefully.
Okay,
Yeah,
see you, Chris.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Everyone, stop
Thank
your
you.
recordings now so that we have backup copies. Everyone, stop your recordings in 3, 2, 1.